Here we go. Okay, actually, shit. Oh, shit. Actually, wait, no, we're good. We're good. I think. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Look at those Christmas lights, dude. Look at those Christmas lights. I just put those up myself, dude. Look at those Christmas lights. Hey, I'm trying, okay? Merry fucking Christmas, okay? I'm trying here. You see these Christmas lights? I did this, okay? Yeah. You guys like that? You guys like that shit, huh? That's a Merry Christmas right there. Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, so 7 people aren't here. Only 4 are here. Okay, perfect. Anyways, let's go ahead and introduce. Hello?
What's up?
Yo, what's up, guys? Sorry about the wait. You know, my intros, you know, I got to play the correct intro. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Let's move on. Okay, so here we go. Starting the podcast, I will dominate. Will join a little later. For you guys that don't know Dom in the call, I'll introduce you guys. He's a League of Legends player. You know, he used to dabble in the pro scene. I think, you know, now he's just dabbling in the public play, triggering and getting pissed off like all of us. He'll join later. Andy Milnakis will be here in a little bit. Trihex will be here. Everyone's just finishing up their stuff. But this is the early crew at the moment. Let's introduce the boys here. In the top left corner, we have Destiny. Shit. Oh, shit. Give me, dude. I'm just too... Listen, Danny, this is the scuffed. This is as scuffed as it's going to get. Listen, I am the least from perfect on this platform. I'm as messy as it gets, pretty much, is what I'm trying to say to you.
It's all good, man.
Okay, here we go. So, okay, how do I do this, dude? Is it control? I think it's control. Oh, shit, dude. Okay, you know what? Fuck it, dude. It doesn't matter, dude. Okay. Upper left corner, we have Destiny, as always. Great guy, great person. Just a good guy overall, guys. Shout out to Destiny. All the fans of Destiny, you know, give him some hearts in chat. Merry Christmas to Destiny and Merry Christmas to his family. Bottom left corner, we have S-Fan. As you guys know, he's Ron Jeremy's son. Ron Jeremy, the porn star, for those of you that don't know. He's the epitome of what we all want to be. He's the epitome of, one of those, tree trunk cocks. And then in the upper right corner, we have the man, the myth, the legend. Personally, my style, skinny jeans, skinny, I have my skinny pants on right now. Because, it's how I do it. People call me chicken legs for it, but hey, it's worth.
That's right.
That's right, dude. Upper right corner, we have Danny Brown, boys. Danny Brown.
Yo.
Check him out, guys. Twitter.com/X. Danny Brown X. Is that it?
X Danny X Brown X.
X Danny X Brown X. Yo, my bad.
That's right. You got to put the triple X in there. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. Triple X. That was one of your albums, yeah?
Yeah.
2011.
Yeah.
I got that.
You got it. That's right.
God damn, I'm just on it, dude. That's the best I'm gonna get, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't set that expectation on me. I won't get any better than that. Anyways, these are the guests right now. Dom's gonna join in about 30 minutes. Not even. I think 30 minutes ish. And then Andy will join in a second. He's finishing up his Arma. Oh shit. I think Cloak. Give me a second. Oh my goodness. Yo, Cloak, my phone's dead, dude. My phone is dead, Cloaksy. Okay, let's see here, dude. Okay. Anyways, let's begin here. How's everyone's day? How's everyone's Christmas? Pretty good?
Doing good, man.
Christmas, shit, man. Don't get me started. Shit like a month away. I have been seeing lights and shit go up, but damn, Christmas is coming though. Fuck.
Christmas, dude. It's like all the holidays bunched up. Thanksgiving. No, Halloween into Thanksgiving into Christmas just right away. The best.
I know. Thank God for Amazon now. I'm just going to do all my shopping on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree. Although, listen, I was trying to find... Listen, okay, so I had a cousin of mine that had a wedding. I was trying to find an Amazon gift for this individual, okay, for him and his wife. I can't find an Amazon gift. Like, I typed in wedding gift. I'm getting some like $2.99 coffee mug. It's like that's not a fucking wedding gift. I can't get a mug for this guy that says happily married. That's so fucking ridiculous. And then I type in expensive wedding gift, and all I get is like these like cheap ass emeralds. I'm not gonna send him a cheap ass emerald. Like, what the fuck's he gonna do with the emerald? What is this, Aladdin? Like, he's gonna put that shit on his like. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's completely ridiculous. I can't find a good. What do you get someone for a wedding?
Shit.
Aren't you supposed to get him like fucking house appliances and shit, like microwaves, like boring shit like that?
Really? Like a coffee maker or some shit?
Yeah, you're supposed to get like practical shit for like their new home that they're building together. So like a real estate thing's like a gift card to like if you've got big like furniture stores like to IKEA or some shit. That's like a super safe fucking thing.
I was
Yeah,
gonna.
why don't they just get a house? Like
well,
pre-furnished house.
well, he's actually a doctor, but listen,
Uh-huh.
I saw a really good thing. The only thing I saw that was decent was a knife set. I didn't think I'd send the right message. I don't think that'd be appropriate. I don't want to send him a knife set. I don't know his wife. You know, him and I we're close, not that close to send him a knife set. So I just, I'm still doing. I'm like 16 days on the gift, 16 days late on the gift. But hey,
I would say gift card probably the best way to go with that.
a gift
Just
card.
just a gift card to somewhere because you never know.
Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking maybe like Crate and Barrel or something. I think Crate and Barrel
Hey.
is good.
Everybody say my mic is ultra fucking loud, okay?
Is it loud here? No, I probably have you at 200%. Maybe. Give me a sec.
Is my mic choppy? Like your
It's
audio
not-
is super.
It's
I
not
think my Discord's bugging out.
It's not choppy. It's like there's like a static shock every like second or two.
Okay, it's doing. I'm gonna start my Discord real quick.
Oh shit, we're gonna lose. Okay, give me a sec here, dude. Give me a sec before you leave. Oh shit, dude, piece of.
Oh, fucking God, I hate that fucking kid. I'm glad he's fucking gone, dude. He drags his podcast down.
Wow.
Yep. Welcome to the. He's kidding, by the way. I don't obviously know that. I just want to clarify. But anyways, well, actually, I don't know if you're kidding. I think you're right. But anyways, Destiny, how's your Christmas coming? How's your? Do you believe in Christmas?
What the fuck kind of question is that? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
I wasn't sure if maybe who knows? Maybe there is
Like, do I celebrate or?
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, we buy gifts for people and shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't
So-
believe in Santa Claus. I don't know if that was like the implication there. What?
I mean, I believe in Santa Claus. I actually believe in Santa Claus still. I mean, obviously, logically, oh Jesus, look, I'm just messing the camera scenes up, dude. Typical S fan. Anyways, low key. Listen, Danny, do you believe in Santa Claus? Like, behind in the back of your mind, I'm saying like, I'm saying you're sitting there, you're like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I know this shit isn't actually real, but it's real.
Hell no, man. I mean, shit. No, man. No, man. I grew up in the hood, man. It was mad shit on my Christmas list I ain't get, and I know I wasn't bad that year. I did a lot of good shit. You know what I'm saying? So fuck no. My mom ain't have it that year. You know what I'm saying? So no.
So no Easter bunny and stuff like that?
No, none of that, man.
That bullshit.
None of that, man.
That's
Damn, if you grow.
But as a kid though, you still got to teach your kids. You got to keep that fantasy for them. I wouldn't never, kill no kid dream or no shit like that. You got to let them imagine. You got to have their imagination. You know what I'm saying? So
Hold on, I'm gonna talk from middle class white kid fucking background. If you're from the hood, do you just grow up thinking like Santa Claus is racist as fuck too, or how does that shit work? Because all those mythical creatures, like how the fuck does that shit work?
you just think he don't got that much reindeer gas to make it to your area. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like Donner and Blitzen, they just can't. You know what I'm saying? They just ain't trekking. They just get close. Like, I don't know, Santa. It's looking a little sketchy over here. I think we might need to double back. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So I respected it. It's like the pizza man. The pizza man in comes Santa Claus. You just respect it.
Oh my God, Destiny. What about you, dude? Like, I have a question. Okay, so the first time I figured out Easter,
Do I think Santa Claus is racist or what?
No. So, no, that's not the question. So,
I mean, I can't say that. When I went to my mom, Santa Claus was black. So we always had a black Santa that just was drinking wine or something, So I only saw white Santas on TV.
oh my God, no, Destiny. What I was gonna ask you was, like, for example, the first time I figured out Easter isn't real, I saw I was sitting in a chair at my desk, and I think at this point I was like 17, okay, and I saw my dad putting the eggs in the bushes, and I got really sad. So, like, what I'm wondering is, do you like for Easter? Do you like? Are you the Easter bunny for Nathan? Do you put the eggs in the bushes and the grass and the trees? Like, do you do that?
Cool. I'm gonna take a real unpopular one here, but I resolve not to lie to my kid about anything. So I don't do we celebrate, we'll do Easter egg hunts and shit, and I buy him presents for Christmas, but I don't tell him Santa or the Easter bunny or any of that shit is real.
Really?
No, none of that.
Interesting.
That's intense.
That's
intense.
That is intense.
He gonna grow up with mad conspiracy theories. Like,
Maybe. Hopefully, less conspiracy theories is the idea, but we'll see.
Like fuck that. I know everything. The world is definitely flat.
Hey, my chat will agree with you on that 100%. By the way, I actually let me mute 2 seconds. Anyways, sorry guys, I had to deal with a internet issue here. Just being presidential and lying to you guys. Okay, I think for now, let's. There's a couple topics we can start with. And then we can wait for everyone to come in here. I really want to get Trix, and I think Trix will be good meld, and so would Andy. I think Andy would be a really good, whatever the word is, meld, mix, whatever the fuck.
Right.
Let me get
like a mediator.
A mediator, yeah. I think Andy would be a great mediator. Asmongold's going to join us in a bit as well. So, you know, it's just it goes. This starts a little. You know, at first, Andy, listen. At first, this podcast I got bitched at for weeks that this was too late. Too late of a podcast, way too late. Now,
yeah, I know. I fell asleep last time waiting on you. It was Saturday night. I had a little too many drinks, you know.
Wait, are you West Coast, Annie, or?
No, I'm in Michigan.
Oh shit!
Wow, yeah, it's real late.
Yeah, so he's 1 hour ahead, I think, right?
Yeah, it's
At
just not
least
getting midnight. It's just not getting midnight here.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Is it snowing on my? Oh, do I have snow? Wait. Is this me? Is this my effect or is it one of you guys? Is this shit snowing? Oh
yeah,
my.
it's definitely snowing.
Dude, I am. Oh, wow. I definitely paid well for this thing. Oh my goodness. I didn't think the snowing effect was in there. That's some good shit right there. Holy, this is some wholesome shit right here, boys. Make sure to subscribe, guys. Okay. Anyways. Oh yeah, anyways. So people keep telling me, you know, it's too late. It's too late, Tyler, Trainwreckstv. It's too late, dude. And now everyone shows up at like 1 a.m. Now it's too early. Now it's too fucking early, dude. Story of my life. Anyways, though. Okay. So, a couple questions here, okay? I'm going to save the deep and heavy topics for when Trihex and Andy and everyone gets here so we can get more input on them. But let's start with one thing, okay? What influenced you? This is a very light topic just to open things up, open our juices up. And I actually want to start with you, Danny, on this because I feel like we've gone over this with Destiny and S-Fan. They can expand on it as well. What influenced you to become a Twitch streamer? Like, what made you come on Twitch?
A Twitch. Oh no, like back in like 2016. You know, I did a situation where we was trying to I was doing a tour promoting my album Old. And you know, I got with Twitch, you know, and we was trying to put together a situation where I could stream from my tour bus. But, you know, I guess it was just things, you know, thinking a little bit too big at the time, you know, and it didn't really work out right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but we tried, but it just didn't really work out right. So I always wanted to, you know, stream on Twitch because it's a good way for me to, you know, connect with my fan base because more so they definitely don't come watch the games that I play because no one's trying to watch me sit around and get drunk and play Persona 5. You know what I'm saying? So if you come, you definitely have to be like a fan of my music or something like that. So I can't really say that I'm like a streamer, to be honest. You know, I just like to play video games with people that like to joke around and, you know, laugh just like me too, because the dedication a real streamer have to put into it, I definitely don't have the time to, you know, too, because like for a person that could just wake up and, you know, could go through any type of drama or whatever and don't feel like streaming, might be sick, but you still get on fucking camera for your community and, you know, provide content for them. I applaud them type of motherfuckers because, you know, I really, you know, I can't really do it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I really know what a real streamer is, so I can't really answer that question the real way, you know?
That actually makes me feel better. That makes me feel better, actually. Those are like, I feel like, you know, not to be some narcissistic, delusional, you know, person. I actually felt like a lot of that, you know, what he explained was, oh, thank you. That makes me feel a lot better. I feel like the last 3 months I've gone through a lot of, you know, drama and shit. And, you know, we're here. Hey.
Yeah, and then you still get on here, you know, and you kick. And sometimes, you know, what I learned too, though, like sometimes because, you know, everybody go through shit. So it'd be a lot of times where I might feel down or I might be going through something. And I get on Twitch. And I fuck around and have a few laughs. And next thing I know, I feel better. I go to bed feeling, you know what I'm saying, with a smile on my face. I just crack some jokes with my, you know what I'm saying, with my peoples on Twitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So a good thing, man.
It is. Destiny, what about you, dude? Have we gone over this with us three?
On why I started streaming?
Yeah, on why you decided to join Twitch versus like YouTube or a job or anything else.
I mean, I was already fucking working, dude. I started doing streaming because I found out I could make more money streaming than I could working.
Facts. I mean, isn't that insane? Isn't it insane that, I mean, I don't want to get too deep into the revenue portion of it, but isn't it insane that a streamer is you know, at least the top 5%, 10% streamer is making, you know, a doctor's or a lawyer's, you know, a low.
Well, you're talking top 0.01%.
Yeah.
Wait,
very,
is that
very
really
low.
the percentage?
It's not
I
5%. There's over
Really?
30,000 partnered streamers on Twitch TV. Like,
Really? So the people who are making that much, they're actually in the 0.01?
oh
Hell
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Hey,
I could totally see that.
Finally, I'm in some percentage. Fuck yeah, dude. I used to be, you know, I couldn't get the, you know, fuck you. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's a joke, guys. I don't make anything. Please subscribe. Anyways,
Well, you're in a couple small percentages too. Don't cut yourself short. Like, even though we see a lot about them on the news, I'm pretty sure installs are less than like 1% of the population.
okay, dude. Danny, ignore that joke. You know, that's on some bullshit, dude. Okay, listen. All I gotta say, Danny, is we live in a sensitive time, dude. Okay, I mean, I'm sure. I don't know how it's affected you. Before we get to that, S-Fan, why did you join Twitch?
For me, well, I got banned on YouTube, specifically Twitch. But like, why I started streaming was I was doing, I was like working in football, played football, was working in football after I was done, and then whenever I graduated, I was a full-time job. And I didn't have a full-time spot at the place because of stuff with administration or whatever. So I was looking for another job. But in the meantime, I was saying, like, I had surgery or whatever. Is it that bad?
It's pretty bad, yeah. It's pretty bad.
I'm gonna restart my computer.
I mean, maybe instead of restarting computers, unplug the mic and plug it back.
No, because I can hear it in my headset too, the computer.
Okay, oh, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Then I'll see you in
I'll
a
be
second.
back. I'll be back.
Okay. Anyways, so I wanted to warp in, kind of wrap into what Destiny said. Destiny made a joke there about incel, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of, I'm not going to lie, I actually took some time to read up on some of your history. Did you see any difference? So, for example, from maybe before you got into the spotlight versus after, did you see any difference? I'm not sure how the music area goes, or the entertainment business, or the rap game, or the artist. I don't know what to call it. Did you see any difference in what you could and couldn't say versus, you know, like, is there that big of a distinction? Like, for example, when I was a 100-viewer streamer, I could say things that would blow people's minds, whereas now, if I say anything even close to the edge, it's going to be on 6 different articles, and I'm going to get, you know, I'm going to get slapped with, like, you know.
Wait, okay, hold on. Can I ask the question he's trying to ask? Could you be a lot more edgy back in the day with saying different words? Or?
I mean, I could answer the question in far as this way, far as the business that I'm in. I mean, because I was a fan before I was actually in it. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I think the most fucked up part for it that I had to learn is that once I became, you know, once I was really, you know, making money off it, and it was my career, that I couldn't really be a fan of it no more. So I couldn't share my opinion no more. So now I can't go on Twitter anymore and say, I don't like this album, or, you know, anything of that, like, or I can't, you know what I'm saying? Where I can't go on Twitter and argue about music, anything that involves in that, because one day I might play a festival with this person, or one day, you know, it's just anything in that, you know, I had to learn the hard way with that. You know what I'm saying? I got in trouble a lot for voicing my opinion as far as the music business, you know? So that makes you just have to, like, you know, you got to shut up when it comes to that. So I could totally see how that relates to streaming too, in some sense, where, you know, once you get on that level, you can't just say shit about another streamer or something. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Oh, completely. I know exactly what you're saying. How about as far as like personal opinions, or like, you know, for example, I think a lot of artists have stopped using certain words that were, you know, they were never used in that, you know, in the actual, let's say, homophobic way, or in the actual way of, you know, any sort of hate, or, you know, racism or sexism, none of that stuff, right? But in today's day, it's all perceived that way, no matter how you use it. Do you see any difference from, you know, 3 years ago or 4 years ago compared to now, whether, you know, there's words you've used less because of, you know, public perception?
I mean, definitely, but I think that just comes with my maturity, though. with just me maturing. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, shit, I'm fucking 37 years old, man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm approaching 40. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
the last thing I want to do is just be, you know what I'm saying, get myself in trouble over something dumb I'm just saying up the top of my head. So I just learned to just choose my words more wisely at this point. Wisely. I'm sorry, man. I'm over here. I got a little tequila going. You know what I'm saying? This podcast, I might get a little crazy as the night go too. You know. But as far as that, I just have to be more mature in choosing my words wisely. That's all. So, but part two, what I just do in that situation is I just stay out the spotlight in that situation. Because, like I say, a lot of the times where like my biggest situation was always from some negative shit. You get what I'm saying? More so than about my music. So I just took myself out of that spotlight in that situation and just more so let myself speak for my music. You know?
Yeah, makes complete sense. I think I can actually relate to that. It is a maturity thing, and it is an experience thing you have to go through. Destiny, what about you? I know that things, from watching you, from before and now, do you feel, any effect, that do you need to think before you speak a little bit more, you think right now?
I got really lucky. Well, this is a really complicated conversation. Let's just say that thankfully I have grown along with the time, so it's not as difficult for me as it would have been. But I mean, yeah, obviously things have changed dramatically.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. The next thing I wanted to get into, is I think recently, there's two rappers that got into a debacle over one of them, I believe, stated here. I can find it. Are you familiar with this, Danny? One of them stated that the other stole his stage set and his scene and his. Yeah, I'll find it real.
I mean, that happens all the time. I mean, people.
He's taking him to court.
Rap music was made from people stealing shit. So I mean, you can't get mad.
So was my content, baby.
You can't get mad at. That's just how rap music works. You feel me?
Yep. Believe me, I can relate to that. I steal a lot of content all the time.
Hey, wait, actually, Danny, can I ask you a question about that? I'm actually super curious. When you guys are doing when you're producing an album and you're doing sampling from other shit, do you normally have to get permission from artists to sample shit?
Hell yeah, I paid fucking over $70,000 for my last album in samples.
Damn, and that's even for old ass shit.
Hell yeah, I'm still in debt right now paying for the album.
Gotcha.
That album ain't made the money back yet. Shit, I'm still paying for that fucking album.
Damn.
Oh god, that's so good, dude. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's the music business. But hey, it was the highly critically acclaimed album, so hey, the money was well spent.
Yeah, a good investment. Good investment. I'm trying to think of what we can get into before the other people show up here. I don't want to get into too deep of topics. I definitely want Trix here for some of these topics. But let's talk about video gaming since we're here. Since you do like video gaming, and I think Destiny.
Wait.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I'm kind of fucking curious. Damn. Hold on, Danny. Is there a dream guy growing up that you listened to that you got a chance to work with? Because I know that you've had features and shit on your albums with some really fucking big name people.
Oh no, I mean my favorite rapper growing up was Nas, and yeah, I had the chance to sit down and have a meeting and a conversation with Nas. So yeah, it was great. Even though I got super drunk and probably talked and embarrassed myself and said way too much stupid shit, but I had a chance to meet my favorite rapper.
Are there any big dudes that you really want to collab with?
Jack White is somebody that I looked up to coming from Detroit. So, and I had a chance to, meet Jack White and hang out with him too. So, yeah.
Are there any big dudes that you really want to collab with?
Nah, not really.
Damn.
I mean, no, it's not like a shade to anybody. It's just that point when making music is so personal to me. Is sometimes it's far as right now, with the project that I'm making now, my management and stuff, they mostly handle features. If they hear a song, they be like, "Ooh, somebody will sound dope on this."
You sound dope on this, motherfucker.
What up, Andy?
What's up, baby?
How you doing, bro?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, chilling.
I wanted to get both of you on a podcast. I thought it'd be a good middle, a nice. I feel good.
You mean because we're both black?
That's right. No, we both black and damn near 40.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, boy.
Well, that's good. This is actually a good medium. I'm actually having a lot of fun so far. I appreciate you being here, Danny. It means a lot. Same with you, Destiny, Andy, all of you guys. Let's move on here. But anyways, those are great questions, Destiny, by the way. I actually like those questions a lot.
Thanks.
No, I'm serious. Those are good questions. They're questions I should have probably been responsible for, but I'm happy you're here. See, Destiny's pretty much, Destiny is me but pretty much.
Can we move on to the next? Can we just move on to the next?
Imagine an iRobot with Will Smith. I'm the old robots with different colors of metal attached to me, barely being kept together. And Destiny's the newly, sexy robot that's upgraded. He can put his hand into the, let's move on. Anyway.
All right, I got one more question. Then fuck it. We're firing away. Okay, I'm curious. I'm just curious about this shit. Tell me to stop, okay? When you're putting together like tracks for an album or whatever, is this stuff that you've do you have like a notebook full of ideas that you've just kind of collected throughout your entire life, or do you like sit down for like 3 to 6 months and like hammer out a fuck ton of shit? Like, what is like the creative process?
Mostly that. It's just I know when I got time to do. I'm mostly a writer. More so than anything else. So I'm not the person that likes to go to the studio and just sit around in the studio and just hope something comes from air and try to write a song in the studio. I don't do that. So
that's what mumble rappers do. They just go
I know it's fun. I mean, you might could, and don't get me wrong, you might could come up with some dope music like that. It's just not my strategy. So what I do, I just have like a playlist of beats that I've been collecting since I might find a beat that I had 5 years ago. And next thing I know, a rap just strike, So I just, when I get the time, I just take off maybe like 3 months, 4, 5 months, 6 months, how long ever it take for me to write. And then I write a shitload of songs. And then I go into the studio and record them. And then the songs that, my management or everybody agree on that are good, then we work on those songs. And before we know it, it becomes an album. But even the hard part of that is like with clearing samples. It might be a beat or something that, we sample from that they might tell us we can't use that sample. It don't matter how much we want to give them for it. So then that's a song I got to cut, or a song that I have to go find a band or replay, which never really sounds the same as the original sample. But I have used replays before, but yeah, so that's the.
Danny, I never seen videos of it, but do you ever like really freestyle?
Do I?
Like not just for the fuck of it. I know some rappers
like
just
freestyle off the top of my head, just say
like off the top.
I just told you I know I'm more of a writer. So
I know, but that doesn't. Yeah,
I'm more of a writer, and plus I come from Detroit, and that's more of the open mic scene. So what we did in them days, like you watch 8 Mile shit, them motherfuckers didn't just come there and just random freestyle unless you just had some shit, on the top of the head just to, at the random part to get at somebody with. But for the most part, you can't come in there with no bullshit. You won't be able to rap again. So you have to come prepared with anything you do. You get what I'm saying?
Do you watch battle raps like King of the Dot?
I used to. I don't do so no more because it was, I would find myself like regurgitating lines in some type of way without even doing it. So I had to stop.
Yeah. I did a battle rap, but it was kind of as a joke. Like we wrote our bars on a napkin before we went. We shot it in East Oakland, and the funniest part, we're like in an alley in East Oakland, and we're doing this comedy rap battle 2-on-2, right? Me, Dirt Nasty, right?
Yeah.
It's me and Dirt Nasty versus these other two guys, and a car pulls up and slow rolls us, and we're in East Oakland, and they like roll down the windows, and they got chains, and they look like killers and shit, and like my boy's like, we're good. And then he's like, what's this for? And they all get out of the car and start shouting their names and showing their chains and shit. It was a really funny moment because it just was also having to be captured on fucking camera for YouTube.
Yeah, you can't be playing around in East Oakland. Shit, you lucky y'all ain't get shot. Shit.
Yeah. That's his birthday for the fucking video.
You playing around in East Oakland, you know what I'm saying?
So...
I got one more. I'm so curious. Sorry, fuck. No, I went to school for music and shit, and like all of this shit is like really interesting me. I really love music and everything.
No, please.
And the concept of like making albums and shit. Have you ever hit a point in your life, especially because especially since you sit down and like hammer it out over some months? Have you ever hit a point?
Shit, over some years. I take 2 years for albums.
Yeah. So like about that, have you ever had a problem where you sat down and you're like, "Fuck, I just can't think of shit"? Will you get like really stressed or nervous about?
All the fucking time. But like, okay, so we just go back to when I first we say ever like when I sat down with Nas and I just had, and that was one of my biggest questions for him. Like, how have like me, I've been rapping shit since as long as I can remember. I said my first rap in fucking kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how do you, after you've been rapping for so long, how do you continue to, what do you rap about at this? You know what I'm saying? Because I've been rapping about. How you rap about, like, I've been rapping about my past and me selling crack and me being broke and, this and that and this and then shit. I ain't been doing that for 10 years.
Yeah.
So what do I rap about now? Don't nobody want to hear about me fucking going to Sears and shopping for dryers and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That shit, it's so fucking funny because even when telling stories on stream, I feel that way sometimes. Because before I got into streaming, I had like all sorts of crazy shit going on in my life. But then, like, you know, like these days, well, all I do is sit home and play video games, and I like run out of stories and shit to say. It's really interesting to hear.
So, and you know, his number one thing, he just told me that if you love to make music, you just make music. You don't think about any of that shit. And eventually, you know, it's just going to come out because at the end of the day, it's not you. It's almost like a higher power, like a higher being that makes, because sometimes every time I make a dope ass song, I'd be like, fuck, I'm too stupid to do something that cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who did that. Like, it's tight. Like, I don't know. It's almost like it's like a higher power did it. So I always feel, you know, like I can never neglect a God-given talent type of situation. Like, so I always have to, like, even if I want to quit making music, I can't because I was blessed with the talent to do it. And it's, you know, it helps other people in some sense, even though I might talk about how fucked up I am and fucked up my life is, some type of way is going to make somebody, because I listen to songs sometime and make my day go better. So I'm pretty sure somebody heard one of my songs before and I don't know, it made something better for them, you know? So I have to do it. So now to the point, you know, I'm just blessed to the point where I can support my life and my family off it so I can be able to do this shit for people, you know?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree. Now, as far as there's one question I have, okay? Now, people might, you know, label me as the negative one coming in, but I got to ask this, okay? And maybe it's because, you know, personal, you know, I'm just going to ask it. What's your experience with, so obviously, you know, in the rap game or the entertainment business, there's a lot of, how do you deal and distinguish between people who are there for you and people who are there maybe, you know, for something else, right? So like, how do you encounter a lot of people that you don't find genuine versus how do you deal with people who you do find genuine? How can you make that distinction? Do you have an eye for that? Is there something you can kind of see? Do you see a lot of that happen in the game?
Yeah, of course, but I just look at it on the opposite spectrum of that, you know? So it's how do I genuinely feel about them? And how do I, you know what I'm saying? So I just reverse that, you know what I'm saying? So if it's somebody that I really care about, I really want to fuck with, then I put the effort into fucking with them. And if it don't work out, it don't work out. But as far as, you know, all that, you know, thinking somebody faking this, I just don't put myself in that situation to go through that, you know?
Hey.
It's also easy to tell. It's also easy to tell the fakes after a while. After you've been in the industry for a minute, you could get a sense of like when people want something out of you and when someone's genuinely like kind of interested in you or working with you on like a mutual level, or if someone's just being like a hardcore leech where they're just like searching for something, you know, to use you.
So I don't care about anybody else's intentions because I know mine. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So if I want to fuck with you like that, I
Yep.
fuck with you like that. You know what I'm saying? If I don't fuck with you like that and we just gonna keep it cordial, you know what I'm saying? Then that's how we gonna rock with it, you know? So it ain't about how you want to do it. It's about how I'm gonna roll with it. You feel me?
Yep. Yep. Believe me, I feel that on every level. And I think Andy and Destiny, I think everyone does at this point, right? Especially being on, you know, Twitch and just being.
Oh yeah, you get a sixth sense real quick about people that are in it for the people that have maybe ill intentions or whatever. I don't know. I can feel that shit out really quick. It's usually pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Have any of you? I've had this happen one time to me. Anybody have a cousin show up?
A cousin?
A cousin
show up? Yeah, like cousin? some distant family member that shows up out of nowhere and is starting to get.
I mean,
I've had a childhood friend who was like an like I kind of knew him a little bit in school. He went out of the way to hit me up on Facebook like 10 times. I didn't answer him. Then he found my mom's phone number, called him, made lies about our friendship and how he used to drive me to school all the time and wants my fucking phone number. And like he like kept calling her nonstop, and I was like really fucking creeped out. Like I didn't want to open the can of worms, but part of me wanted to go back on Facebook and be like, look, don't call my family. You're a fucking weirdo, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, that's really weird. I mean, you think about it, like, you know, just like the school, they had the school phone books, right? I mean, people like, I don't know, families might have moved, I guess. But I mean, like people have like, you know, the old phone books or like they got their phone numbers changed or something, but maybe some people didn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in the last however many years since like you left like elementary school or whatever. Like I wonder if they still even do that. Do they still do like school phone books? Does anybody know?
Man, I went to Detroit public school. I never saw a school phone book in my life. What the fuck is that, man? Y'all really had like a phone book where the whole school number was in that shit?
Yes, yes, yes. So did I. That's
Fuck!
basically, in
You
like,
know what would have happened with me with that type of shit in public school? Like, oh my god, man! All
literally.
the big.
Oh,
So even in high school.
yes.
Oh yeah, the parent directory or whatever.
Yeah, the parent directory. Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all tripping. Oh my god.
Yes.
I'd have been super creepy.
Yeah, I
it
think
was-
we took one of my friend's moms, like it was like the PTA. If you're in the PTA, we had it, and I'm pretty sure like we took her phone book one time and we were just like prank calling like kids that we knew, like that we didn't like. We just kept prank calling them, like prank calling their parents and stuff one night. It was pretty fun. But I don't know what other usage it would have.
Yeah, the parent directory was definitely an odd thing, and I mean, it was good. It was good in elementary school, right? It was good in elementary school. It was good in middle school, but you know, in high school, it got a little fucking weird. But you know, that was completely different. So
I think so. Like, I'm gonna speak. I always lose track of how old everyone is here. I know like Andy and Danny are older than me, but like, I mean, back when I was a kid, that directory was kind of important because sometimes if you didn't know how to get a hold of someone, like there was no online way to do it. I mean, like way back, some people
to get a hold of someone though.
I don't know. You need to call someone for homework or some shit, or if you want to hang out or
That ain't
some
the way
shit
it
with a
works.
friend.
You gotta figure it. You got your mama. You gotta figure it out. That's how.
Well, yeah, but where are they gonna get the number? Fuck.
I don't.
Parents got to get it from somewhere.
That ain't how it works. I swear. But granted, I haven't been to school since the '90s, so.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
okay, well, let's get to the next topic here. I want to talk about. So basically, this is a little heavy. Okay, it's a little bit heavy. Okay. What do you guys feel? What makes a good game for you guys? Why do so many early access games fail? Like, for you, what?
I thought we were about to get into some crazy fucking like childhood life.
Hey,
That's a good question.
Hey,
I'm not gonna
What
hate on that
the
question.
fuck?
Hey,
I'm
thank
not
you.
trying to go to therapy tonight. So that's a good question.
Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. See that? See, that's recognized. Listen, for me, gaming is heavy. Okay, for me, gaming is equal to
I got some real heavy
psychological-
shit. What do you think the competitive future of Overwatch is? Like,
Hey, I mean, listen, I'll tell you what the competitive future
Damn.
is. Just future. Take the competitive out. But anyways, let's get to this. What do you think makes a good game? Why do so many early access games fail? For you, what makes a good game? Let's start with Danny. Let's move to S-Fan, Andy, Destiny.
I can't answer why the early access games fail because but I would say what makes a good game for me is most of the time I find myself when I really play games a lot and I get lost in games, really when I'm going through something, I'm depressed or I'm stuck, like writer's block or trying to make music. So any game that I can really get lost in where I don't care about the outside world no more, where I really feel like this world exists and nothing else matters but me inside of this fucking virtual world right there, that's a fucking great video game to me. So that's what I really could say.
So basically, Minecraft.
No, I
Just
don't
kidding.
really play. I'm more JRPG. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
did you play
Is
Nier
that a
Automata?
GH role-play game?
What?
What's that called,
Sorry.
Destiny?
Oh, I asked if you played the Nier games, Nier Automata.
No, I'm a Persona fan. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And
okay.
Doki
Oh,
Doki.
I
shit
remember
like
you
that.
told me at TwitchCon you played Persona. That's actually
that's what I stream. I stream Persona.
Wait, Doki Literature Club?
yeah.
Oh, I know that. That's the dark game.
Yeah, I love that shit.
But yo, Persona 5, I think it's like one of the
I
best.
love all the Persona. Persona on Vita is my, that's my go-to.
Vita.
Yeah.
Yo, fucking Vita, bro. You gotta fucking. Oh, where is it? It's in a fucking box. Fuck it, I can't pull it out.
What you got?
Oh, I got this too. This is even more rare. This is one of the most rare portables in the world. It's a fucking TurboGrafx.
Oh shit!
Really?
You over here stunting on us?
Yo, stunting like my daddy.
I feel you. That's right.
Yo,
That's what I'm
and
talking
I
about.
don't know if you remember these, Danny, but this takes the same game in the portable as the actual console. So
No,
you
I never even saw those in person. I remember them from gaming magazines, but I never saw one in person.
That
bro,
thing,
you gotta fuck with this.
that thing looks like one of those things you swipe your card in at stores. You know what I'm saying? They bring it up to you and they swipe it like some portable register.
Bro, tell me this. Tell me this is not one of the most futuristic shit for its time. This came out almost 30 years ago, like 28 years ago.
Then
this was the size of the game, and it was the same fucking game for a portable and console. Almost 30 years ago. That's fucking crazy.
How much was that 30 years ago? Like, how much was that?
It was about $350, I think.
Man,
30 years ago?
that was like $700 back then.
Yeah, my mom got it for me for Christmas. She worked like an extra job, and she works in a school. And it was not only expensive for her, but it was really, really hard for her to find it. She went to like 50 stores. Then one like ghetto ass like weird department store she found it in, and it was like, you know, like those movies like what is it, Jingle All the Way, when they're trying to find that one doll, that hard to find Christmas gift, where they're going all over and they're making their life crazy to find one gift for their bratty kid. That was my mom finding this shit. And then like last year in Tokyo, I found it in one of those rare video game stores. So I was like, I got to get it just for the nostalgic purposes. It's sick, though. The games are actually really good on it.
Yeah, I never, my first, I was just going to say, like, real quick, just my first console or handheld console is Game Boy. No, I had nothing. I was just making conversation. I just didn't want, dead air and all that.
For me, my favorite games, like, dude, first of all, I have to say, I don't know if you guys have played Until Dawn on PS4. Have any of you played Until Dawn?
Sounds familiar, but I don't know.
It's a story mode horror game. Danny, I'm telling you, actually, I don't know how it doesn't really go into Doki Doki Literature Club, but it's an amazing game. And Until Dawn, amazing. I'm telling you, like, if I could erase my memory and play that game again, I'd do it over and over and over until I beat the game, which would probably take me at least 1,000 erases. But hey,
but give me one second. I spilled mad shit.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, it's not good. What do you think you spilled?
Yo, my question is, how is it he's been on Twitch for what, like 4 months, 5 months, 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
How is it that he's been on Twitch that long, and I've been on Twitch for 4 years, and he's already at the DX Racer chair set up, and I have this broken chair? What's going on here, huh, DX?
The DX Racer is not that big of a deal. I have one too.
Oh, are you in his house?
No, it's my own house. Very similar though.
Scoot over real quick.
No, it's fine. It's just my camera is kind of my chair is. It's hard to explain.
Man.
Okay.
They sent this chair to me, by the way.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, motherfucker.
Hey. It wasn't like that. As you can see, Danny, do you see S-Fan's in your house right now?
Huh?
He's in your house. You see S-Fan?
Who?
S-Fan, Ron Jeremy's son.
Oh, he in my crib. Oh, we got the same crib. Oh, yeah, you definitely.
it's pretty much the same, yeah.
I didn't notice that. You in the basement?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in my basement. Yeah, that's the basement. Yeah.
I'm sure.
I got the cock.
You got the sunflowers in the back.
Yeah, that's $1,100 pillows. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
$1,100 pillows?
Hey. But it's rare. It's rare, man. Rare, man.
Boys, subscribe, boys. Make sure to subscribe. I'm gonna get some $1,100 pillows. I'm telling you, I'm doing it. I'm actually going for it. Is it more comfortable or is it just like looks?
20 on my neck, 50 on my wrist.
Hey, if you want to drop a bar, Andy, I got you right here.
1970 old school, photo chair when you put your.
We can't drop bars. Well, look, that's why I asked Danny if he freestyled, because like a lot of rappers don't bother freestyling off the top.
I write raps just to freestyle.
I understand.
That's like a way of, that's like working out. That's like flexing your muscles. Freestyling really not going to do anything for you, but styling for free. My style you got to pay for.
Yeah, well, freestyling can really, really suck, because when you're just off the top,
definitely really. Some people are really great at it, but
it's hard. It's hard to get even decent, really, and even if you do it,
I'm a songwriter. You can't just act like Bob Dylan and freestyle.
I mean, you can. He'll probably say no, though.
They call it like jamming. They just jam out. Only with rap music we don't get respected in the sense they just like do it on the spot. Just do that shit you do. Dance for me, boy.
Do those people in the radio shows? They say it's a freestyle, but I don't. I mean,
it's written.
No, everything I ever seen, like you see me on like do a rap at like a radio station or something. That definitely was written.
I think there are some people that do it freestyle. Like I've seen Lupe. Lupe does a couple things, and I think are
Lupe's
genuinely
amazing.
freestyle. But there are some people where they get up there and they're like, oh man, dude, if we could fucking watch videos, I get so triggered by chat arguments. There'll be, I know there's I don't want to call any names or whatever for obvious reasons, but like I've seen people go up and they're like, oh yeah, let me think of a thing real fast, and they like sit there like kind of like da da da, and then like out of nowhere they're like, they're like, holy shit, like where the fuck did that come from? There's no fucking way that some of these people are coming like off the top of their head with the
How
shit
about
they're
Childish
saying.
Gambino? I feel
What
like Childish
they're
Gambino.
doing, no, what they
I thought it
do
was
is
Childish Bambino.
No, hold
Okay,
on.
so that was
You
actually
can
the
really
exact name I was
freestyle.
gonna say.
You
Gambino,
can freestyle.
100% on the radio shit that he does is not coming off the top of the
You
dome.
think
So
so?
No
here,
fucking
let,
way.
let
No
me try to
fucking way.
speak for a second. A lot of times what they do is let me think of something. They're thinking of a fucking verse that they have
they've
that's not
written.
already on a song.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like, oh, he's just doing one of his songs. So if you just have a verse that's loose that you might put on a song in the future, or you have like a couple verses that never made it to a song, those are like ripe for the pick in a freestyle on those type of shows because it's like, oh, a lot of people haven't heard this before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then that's what they call a freestyle.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, does anyone else have any good games or why early access fails? Any ideas? Any ideas why early access fail actually so much? I mean, besides
Yeah.
the fact that it's early access.
Besides the fact they suck like scum.
Scum. I heard Scum sucked. I
That
downloaded
shit
it.
was trash.
Everybody said that it was so buggy.
I mean,
think-
like, the whole incentive structure and everything is totally fucked. Basically, what game studios found out was they don't have to finish a whole game and polish it.
Right.
They can just make
That's
like.
why I don't trust some streamers because mad motherfuckers was playing scum early access, trying to geek motherfuckers up to buy that shit, and that shit was trash.
Well,
So I don't
they've
be
got-
trusting some of these streamers, man.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, you only have to make 20% of the game,
As
and then
soon
you
as it
make
came
it
out, they ain't
alpha.
never even touch it no more.
You get like 90% of the money up front. You never fucking finish it. It feels like that's what happens with a lot of games. I mean, look at how
Mad
buggy
streamers
like
was playing scum early access though.
yeah, like shit like PUBG and DayZ, shit like these games
Nah,
come out.
it ain't even talked about anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I've never even heard of Scum, to be honest.
It was cracking for a week. That shit was cracking for a week.
Yeah.
What is Scum?
So-
Is it a battle royale?
No, it was like a survival.
It's like a
type game.
DayZ.
Oh, S-Fan, go ahead, please.
No, it's fun. I was just memeing.
I don't know
yeah,
anything about games. It's like me trying to talk about politics. It would be so ignorant for me to tell you why fucking early access games fail. Other than that, it is clearly obvious that a lot of them don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're just putting shit out early to get money, and they're hoping that money will float them enough of the way to put more money into their fucking either one or two things, either to put more money into the fucking into their pockets or more money into like actually making a real game, like fake it till you make it type thing. But that's
Well,
all my input. I don't know.
Imagine trying to do early access with literally fucking anything else, right? Imagine doing like an early access album where you put a bunch of like rough cuts or whatever out, and then you have
Yeah, that would
audience.
suck.
like,
That
yeah,
would
it'd be
suck.
fucking horrible,
I
right?
just want people to see the not finished version. You feel me?
Well, the reason why is because you don't have to ever finish it. You just sell it to like 90% of the people, and then you just fuck off and never finish
Just
it.
selling it
That's what
off of
happens
hype.
with early access shit.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. People just selling shit off of hype for the most part.
Yep.
And all you got to do is just cash in for a week, and after that, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's all good. But man, I want product that's gonna last. Like I'm not here to spend my hard-earned money on something that's just gonna be cool for a week. And yeah, you know, I remember Kanye did that with Life of Pablo, and that was
But-
dope. But that was a dope album to begin with. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like the Red Dead Online beta. We see that's dope to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I just played that for the last 3 hours actually, and
yeah, I've been playing. I took a nap today because I've been fucking playing it all fucking night.
yeah, like some of the shit when you're in free roam, it gets a little bit boring. But then when you start doing like team matchups and stuff,
What's up,
It's
Andy? You
kinda
started a posse yet?
no, you want to be in my posse,
Come on,
bro?
posse up. Let's
Gang
posse
up,
up.
hey, yo, let's do this.
I started one already.
All right, bro. I'm gonna add you on Discord. We're gonna gang together. All right.
right, you
Anybody
got
else
to,
who has
man.
anybody else who has Grand Theft Auto in this call on PS4, you guys gotta be in our gang too.
Oh, dude, I had the PC. I was actually playing on PC right before this.
Wait,
What do you
Grand
mean?
Theft-
They don't even have Red Dead 2 on PC.
No, you said Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, I meant fuck. I'm sorry. I meant Red Dead
No.
2. My bad.
These fucking gamer boys don't know shit about what they're talking about. Unreal.
I'm not even
What are you
talking
even-
about it. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So shit. No,
Nah,
but,
Red Dead 2 Online has potential.
Yeah, I would say like about like the early access games and stuff, it's kind of like what Destiny said. It's like these games they get all their money up front right? They get all their money up front, and it's like, okay, well, great. Like we got the outcome. Like basically the goal behind making the game at the end of the day, like these companies want to make money, or like whether it's an indie developer or whatever, they want to make money. So if they get all the money first, then it's like, okay, well, we got it. And the game, it's the nature of early access. Things are going to be buggy and they're not going to work right, and that's fine. But what ends up happening is that's the impression that you're making on everybody, because whether it's an early access release or a full release or whatever, at the end of the day, it's still a release. So people get a bad impression of your product. And then by the time you get around to like a full release of the product, and it's like, okay, we cleaned up a lot of the stuff, but people are kind of sick of your game. So your game's dead whenever it releases. I think that happens to a lot of these games. That's basically what happened to PUBG.
Well, I think what happened to PUBG was just, if they would have fixed their issues, I don't think it would have died. I mean, right now it's still not dead. I mean, if you look at China's carrying it on its back, it's still at, I don't know the number, but it's still at like 6 million players or something. It's some weird. Like
in Asia, it does really well still.
It's some
in
crazy
Asia it does, but it's dying hard in the West. Average players was up to almost 1.6 million in early of 2018, and now it's down below like 500K.
Mm-hmm.
So they've lost over almost 70% of their player base.
In NA, correct?
In NA, in NA.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to clarify that because I know someone in chat's not going to understand.
Yeah, no. In China, that shit is still big, but
yeah, in China it's huge. It's completely huge. So there's a question I wanted to ask, and this one's a personal question, and it has nothing to do with any specific person. What movies?
How's it personal then? If it doesn't have to do with any person.
No, I'm saying it's personal. Like it's something I wanted to ask.
Okay.
What I was saying, it's not like directed. It's not an autobiography for Danny.
I just smoked a lot of weed. I'm just.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. Don't worry. Anyways, if there is one movie or TV series or anything that you could, if you had the power, you have one movie or one TV series, you can press a button, and funding goes to it for it to continue and get another season or to get a sequel. What movie or TV series would that be for you? If you could choose one that you just are pissed it ended, you're upset it got discontinued, and you would like to see it go on longer because it really, it was something you really liked.
The Wire.
I can answer this one easy. The Wire. You want that to keep going?
Hell yeah.
No.
That's the way. No.
The Wire ended perfectly. Why would you want to carry it on?
Listen, you guys
don't even sell crack no more. Like
you guys are fucking up.
People be dying on fentanyl right now this season. Like
you guys are fucking up the logistics about it, right? You're talking about like a show you want to keep seeing. Not that it had a bad ending and you want to change the course of its fucking destiny. Like if they could make The Wire and have it how Fargo, they move stories, they move actors. If they could do something like that, where they had like the level of actors, the level of fucking realness, how they got all those kids that were just on the street in Baltimore that weren't even actors, just being super fucking real. Like if they could just transform that fucking all that was good about it and make a new show, that would be amazing.
I don't want to see that story no more, man. I lived it.
Yeah, I feel you, man. But for people,
it bums me out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is a bummer
for others, but it bums me out. But me, I would say, because it's ending. It's in this last season. It's ending now. Is the UK show People Just Do Nothing. They're in their last season right now, and I'm a huge fan of that show.
Wait,
so
what's it called? People Just Do
People
Nothing?
Just Do Nothing. It's actually on Netflix now too. So yeah, I'm a huge People Just Do Nothing fan.
Is it a sitcom or is it like?
Yeah, it's a sitcom.
It is a sitcom. Yes.
I gotta check that out.
I've been watching. Like I had to fucking hack the BBC. I had to hack them so I could watch the new episodes. Now they come on every Monday. So every Monday I've just been dedicating my life to watching People Just Do Nothing.
Have you seen the UK Office or Peep Show?
That's who the same people who made The Office make People Just Do Nothing.
So all right, The Office. The UK Office, to me, everybody talks about the American Office for the last fucking 10 years or however how long it was on. I cannot get hardcore into the American Office because, to me, the combo of like Ricky Gervais and the guy who plays Gareth and all those people and Don, that was just such a fucking perfect show. And like, it was over the top in some ways, but some ways it was just really dry and subtly funny also. And it just doesn't do the same for me, the American one. And they did it really pimp. They did 2 seasons only and then a Christmas special.
I know that's the same thing. That's what People Just Do Nothing ended now. They just sold it to America. So they about to do an American
Yeah.
version now. So it's like about DJs in Las Vegas. Like, but the fact that they kept the same writers on it, I'm not gonna doubt it, and it might be dope. So I'm not gonna hate on it just yet. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I think as far as The Office goes, I think the UK version is fine. I do like the US version a little bit better. I think it changed quite a bit from the beginning to the end. I think the beginning of the US version of The Office was a lot more subtle and stuff, but especially after Steve Carell left, like it slowly like progressed away from that, and it got like the humor got less dry. But especially after Steve Carell had gone, like it was just a totally different
Carell
show.
left, and then who was the new lead?
Hey.
Ed Helms.
Oh,
After Carell left, that show, there were maybe some brief like smatterings of star power in there, but for the most part, that show tanked pretty hard once Carell left. I thought the dynamic changed significantly.
I think so too. I think the season right after he left was like overall, I think that was really bad. But the last season, the season they did after, like the second season after he left, I thought was actually pretty good overall. But it was still just like, I don't know, the dynamic was still totally
Yeah, the
different.
dynamic was sensitive.
The weird ass UK humor, I fuck with, dude. I really like it, and it's just so much funnier than the US version to me. Even though sometimes it's not like hit the nail on the head funny, but that's what I like about it. Some of the like weird, like greatest comedy of all time has come from the UK, like from Monty Python to fucking Little Britain to fucking UK Office, like that type of shit. Their oddball weird take on life is like so fucking good that you can't emulate in America,
Real quick, I want to interrupt. I really do apologize. I just want to introduce Asmongold, Danny Brown, Asmongold.
Hi.
Asmon is the face of the World of Warcraft section. He basically runs that. He keeps it alive. And then Danny Brown is an artist, if you're familiar in the entertainment business. Just wanted to acquaint you two. Welcome, Asmongold.
Man, I ain't shit, man.
Well, either way, it's good to meet you, man.
Likewise.
And then, continue. I apologize for interrupting.
I don't think you interrupted anyone.
No, you were just about done.
Well, you're talking about The Office, right?
Well, he was talking about like British humor, basically.
Yeah, I was talking about British humor.
Yeah, the UK Office sucked.
Nah, fuck you suck.
Yeah, I watched it, and I remember like very clearly, like my friend went over to his other friend's house to buy weed, and they were watching The Office, and I think the only reason they were laughing is because they were high.
Bro, what if you have no gauge of real sense of humor and you're like a blind person saying like I don't like the color red?
Okay, British humor and American humor are very different things. I don't think either one is like better or worse. They're incredibly different
They're very
styles.
different.
I think the UK Shameless was better than the American Shameless.
I never saw that. That was the
Wait, there's a UK Shameless?
What? It started there first.
Really?
The UK Shameless was way better.
I'm gonna have to.
The Shameless.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I can't even watch the American one.
Really?
Facts.
The only time I ever see Shameless is sometimes when I see like the celeb section on Pornhub. I didn't even know that was like a real fucking good show. Is it actually? Or
what are you on Pornhub when Shameless come up?
Is that like one of those like Showtime shows with like a bunch of like softcore fucking sex scenes or some shit in it?
No, I don't think so at all. I think it's actually just like I think it's about a trashy family or something, right? Like I've seen literally one picture of it, and I'm just guessing.
I am 99% positive that I have seen multiple fucking like compilations that include shows like this. I am not in the wrong here. Don't fuck with me when it comes to porn. This is the shit that this is my area of expertise, okay?
Well, I don't know. I just saw it on Netflix, okay? I never watched this single episode. I just saw a picture.
What the fuck is the older guy's name?
I know who you're thinking of, and I can't think of who it is.
William H. Macy.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not.
There's a lot of sex scenes. Thank you, Hannah Kid. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dude, because there's sex scenes in like a movie with like A-list actors doesn't mean it's like some Pornhub shit.
Well, no. I'm just curious if it was like an actual show. I didn't know it was an actual show or if it was just like a softcore like porn
That's
delivery.
what I'm saying. Like there could be a completely like cheap fucking hoary ass show with just a bunch of sex scenes. And then there could be like a brilliant Oscar-winning movie
that has
sex
some
scenes.
Yeah.
So Asmongold, the question was, if you had a button you could press to give the funding or whatever caused it to discontinue or stop to continue.
You put it into Vanilla WoW.
What TV series or movie would you continue that you were upset that either ended or got discontinued?
I don't know. The last time I said that was with Lord of the Rings, and then we got The Hobbit. So be careful with what you wish for.
True.
Isn't the obvious answer here supposed to be Firefly? Isn't that the show that like the entire world was pissed off, got canceled?
That was Josh Whedon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never got a chance to watch that.
Yeah, a lot of people really like that a lot.
For me, there was a show. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but I've been pushing it to everybody I can. It is amazing. It is great. It got discontinued, so they had to abruptly end it in season 5, like episode 13.
I didn't know you were a big fan of my show. That's cool.
Yeah, the Andy Milonakis show. No, it's actually called Person of Interest. Have any of you heard of Person of Interest?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
The guy from Lost was in it. The guy who played Ben from Lost was in it. The really creepy guy.
I never watched Lost. On Ben in Lost. Let me check. Oh yeah. That's him. That's him.
That's the main star.
Dude, he's not creepy, dude. That's Harold. His name's Harold in dude.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I tried watching it, dude. I really liked the premise. I really liked the synopsis and stuff, but I didn't get into it. I think they like super Hollywoodized it. Like there's some shows that have such a fucking good premise and you're like so ready to dig your teeth into it, but they put this crazy big Hollywood gloss on certain shows that just make them unwatchable.
Like, what do you mean? I'm curious.
Okay. Say like there was a good idea. You hear a good premise for a show, but just because how it's acted, a lot of the commercial themes, the direction, the plot goes, how things are edited, how slick it looks, like the music. There's so many different layers of Hollywood bullshit polish. It's basically the equivalent of a girl who already is really good looking, and then she puts on like 50 layers of makeup, and then she looks like a fucking disgusting clown. That's what they do at a lot of TV shows that have like a lot of good promise and have a really good core idea. They Hollywoodize them and bastardize them to death for the mainstream audience, which sometimes a good couple shows get through the cracks. Sometimes they get the 50 layers of fucking polish on them.
I'm going to give my super hot take on a show that I think does this. You ready?
Okay.
Half of chat is going to be super fucking triggered. Half of them are going to agree with me a ton. I 100% think that this happens with fucking Westworld. The concept of Westworld to me was super fucking cool, but there were like 2 people that I ever cared about. Anthony Hopkins and then the guy that plays Bernard. That was like the only interesting storyline, and everything else started to get so fucking dumb and like hyped up on that dumb fucking twist where it's like, oh, the guy that's actually like scenes from the past. And it was like such an awesome concept, but so much of that show got so fucking stupid. Oh,
okay.
God.
I agree with you to a certain
I'm definitely triggered as a Westworld fan.
Oh, man.
Season 2 was trash, I think.
Every single time the scene...
Come on, man.
Every single time the scene came on with those...
We're not going to... Come on, can we...
Every time scene came on with the surgeons and the black chick or whatever, and they were like, "Oh, we're so dumb," and she's like, "I'm gonna manipulate you." And it's like, "Oh."
Westworld is secretly about social media in my conspiracy theory mind. It's all about data mining.
Also, Steven, I agree with you to a certain extent. Like, but I think personally, like, if I was like an exec thinking about how to make the most Hollywoodized, mainstream ready show to digest for people, I wouldn't make what Westworld was, because like the long takes and the weird spooky cinematography and how stretched out and different and strange things are. I think if you were going to make the most like ready for mass consumption show, you would make it way more slick, way more sexy, way more like linear, where you kind of like, it's a little bit puzzling what's going to happen, but you kind of know if you have like above 50 IQ.
Disagree, man. I swear, man.
Well, I was agreeing with your side, dude. I was saying Danny. I was saying I agree in certain senses, but I think the artistic way that the direction of the show goes is weirder and stranger than most Hollywood super digestible mainstream media.
Maybe that's why I'm into it so much. Probably, I don't know. It's one of my favorite things to come on in TV in recent years, you know?
I haven't seen season 2. I only seen season 1.
Like most people are into like Game of Thrones, hardcore heavy. Like I love Game of Thrones, but I'm crazy about Westworld. I don't know.
I think the first
Something
season
about it hit me. Something about it struck me.
Yeah, the first season of Westworld, I thought it was very beautiful. It wasn't even about being interested in it, like in the sense of a movie.
Season 2, I don't understand. Season 2 is like where everything. I don't get why people are saying season 2 was trash. Like,
well,
Is Anthony Hopkins in season 2?
It wasn't.
not as much.
It wasn't.
Well, then that's why it's probably trash.
That's the main reason.
I mean,
it wasn't trash. It was that.
It's just the storyline. I'm more just involved with like the whole.
I think they waited too long.
How did
Danny.
people come up with this shit? You know what I'm saying?
I think they waited too long to release it. Like I think they should have had a better plan. Like they waited almost like a year and a half, 2 years. Like how long was this?
How does that matter though? Why
it matters.
Art takes times. Like are we on deadlines for greatness?
Well, it's about immersion and it's about like some sort of fluidity with it. Like when I wait 2 years, I'm totally like a year and a half, however long. It was a very long time. I kind of got out of it as soon as I watched it again.
I get that.
I mean, I feel like
they're big budget shows that it's like shooting a fucking like big movie. You know, they can't just
Or
be like,
more.
oh, well, we should let's release this in a hurry because Trainwrecks wants to watch this shit.
Hey, okay, dude. Okay, but anyways, let me take this moment real quick to introduce the new guests. So we have I Will Dominate here. He's a League of Legends player. He goes by Dom. Danny Brown. I Will Dominate. Danny Brown.
Up? Wait, is this thing working? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Everyone can hear me?
It's
what's
working.
up, dude?
Because I got a message saying my mic was like disconnected or something.
No,
So.
it's they're probably trolling you because if you don't talk, they'll just say you're muted. But anyways.
Okay. True.
Destiny.
Wait,
Dom.
is he talking? Wait.
Okay, Destiny.
Is Dominant talking? Because I see the mouth moving and everything, but I don't know if the box is supposed to be like.
God damn it.
Okay, dude.
Okay, dude.
Destiny, why you gotta troll me? I've been on the show 2 minutes. You're already trolling me.
I'm sorry.
Andy, Dom, Trihex Dom, Asmon Dom, S-Fan Dom, and
What's up?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. And then
What's up, y'all?
Trihex.
Hey.
Welcome, brother. Everyone here knows Trihex Dom, and then Trihex Danny Brown, Trihex. Trihex.
What up, though?
Trihex
Hey,
is
what's up,
the
man?
emote. He's the. I don't know if you've seen the emote Tryhard. He is the face for Tryhard.
Yeah, I know.
He's the face of Twitch.
He's the face of
Trihex
Twitch.
is my ghostwriter too. He writes all my raps for me.
Oh, dude, don't reveal that, man. They're gonna start comparing me to you to Drake and shit.
True.
Anyways, though,
But no,
for the new
go
people
ahead.
that just joined, I'm sorry to try. I just want to fill you in with the topic before we move on. I want to get you guys' take on this. If you could press a button to continue any show that you love that either stopped because of a storyline or either stopped because of funding and it's just discontinued, what button would you press or what movie would you press that button
shit.
on? And that goes to Dom and Trihex.
Dude, that's a fuck. Okay, hang on. I gotta think about that one. Shit. If a show.
Any show or
Okay.
movie
All right. Do you want my gut reaction? You want me to give it like 2 minutes and give it some?
I want a gut reaction.
Dude, all right. If I fire from the hip right away, man, I would kill to see Static Shock continue. And unfortunately had, dude. Hey, you asked gut reaction. Gut reaction was like, yo, I feel like a reimagining of Static Shock modern would be like super fucking lit, but like even just the cartoon was super lit too. So Static Shock, gut reaction. Batman Beyond, gut reaction as well. But
Batman Beyond was good.
I have to give it more.
I wonder if the better
on
question.
Netflix to turn up for sure.
I wonder if the better question is if you could push a button and have ended a show or wrapped up a show
Ooh,
after
that's a
reverse
reverse side. That's a reverse side. I like that a lot.
Oof. I got two.
I mean,
right off the top is fucking House should have ended at season 3, and fucking Dexter should have ended season 4.
Well,
that was easy.
Oz
the problem with
3.
The problem with that button is we already have that button. It's called the power button on your remotes. You just turn it off. So
that's not the same though.
Yeah.
No, you want
I get what you're saying. Well, the reason why I say that is, for example, you have movies, for example, the Matrix sequels add dumb bullshit lore that actually ruins and or diminishes the value of the first film. So I get what you're saying.
Well,
like there's like just floaty bullshit that can happen in later seasons of House or whatever that end up making it like.
What about remakes? If we could end remakes, every fucking thing Tim Burton, motherfucking Alice in Wonderland remake.
I don't want to be disrespectful,
retire,
boys. I'm sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful. But Dom still needs to tell us about the original topic before we move on to another one. I don't want to leave Dom's.
The show. There was a show called The Event, like a long ass time ago. It was like 2007 or something, 2006. And the first season, I think it was like an NBC show or something. First season was amazing, and then they just ended it. It was so weird. They had this like whole storyline that they were setting up, and it was like, okay, now I'm into the show. I watch 18 or like 22 episodes of your show to just get into it, and they literally just ended it after like the first season. They told like the first half of the story, and that just triggered me so hard because we didn't even get to like the whole first season was like set up to something that never happened. So I don't know. I guess that would be it.
It's called The Event.
The Event. Yes, The Event.
Is it like Alien? Is it some alien stuff?
It's like kind of some aliens. It's like sets up for some alien stuff. It starts with like a political scandal where like they found some, I don't know, some like NBC show that was like they found some life in like the 60s and the government was covering it up, and then they thought that like nothing else was happening because there was only like one isolated incident, and then there was like an event where a bunch of whatever it was, because you never get to know because the show never continues, a bunch of things were coming in at a certain date. Like that was the event. There was like an invasion or something, and then they just never told that part of the story.
I'm actually looking at the characters in it, just the picture, and that that the black guy, I actually recognize him in another show. I think it's called Quantico, and I really like him. He's a really good actor. I should find his name and be more correct on instead of calling him the. Okay, let's move on.
Wait. So can we go back to the
Yes,
I got 2 follow-ups here that now that we're on the show shit now.
Yes.
So first thing, Destiny's whole cancel button. I have one that's like kind of hot, but I feel like is it the right thing to do? And it's like it's Big Bang Theory. Can we cancel Big Bang Theory after season 2? Because
Can we cancel it after the pilot almost?
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna do it. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Big Bang Theory is unironically better than the shittiest fucking show I've ever seen, The IT Crowd. I fucking said it.
Wait, what's
I
the
watched-
IT Crowd?
Really?
It
I haven't watched IT Crowd.
Worst fucking even by British standards, it is not a fucking funny show. There are 2 laughs to be had from all 5 episodes or whatever of that fucking garbage ass fucking show. Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory is a totally fucking standard sitcom. LOL, nerds, whatever, dumbass shit. You watch it mindlessly, maybe laugh a couple times, whatever. People always say that like the IT Crowd is the funniest show, and like the Big Bang Theory, or I don't even know. That show is not funny. There's my 700 IQ take for the day. All right.
Neither one of them were funny. There's mine. I've seen both of them. Like my dad watches Big Bang Theory, and he laughs because he's like, "Hey, these people are talking about computers, and that's what my son does." And
Yeah, no, that's what they do.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of
It's
the
the jokes are funny. It's the reference to geek culture is funny. But it's
People-
like,
it was
wait, what?
so
they laugh
stupid.
at it because they like when they want to feel smart. Like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
They're talking about something that I know exists.
Geek-
so I'm
actual
like,
geeks-
yeah.
Actual geeks don't find it funny, but non-geeks find Big Bang Theory hilarious.
Have you
That's
seen-
No, that's not always true. There are non-geeks who have a little bit better taste and the laugh at the most generic jokes possible. Like it's the lowest common denominator
Right.
humor.
Gotcha.
Like
the Facebook
Yeah,
crowd,
super
right?
safe.
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
yeah, it's super safe and like it's just like the most cliche obvious jokes ever. I think that
It's
you know,
not funny.
to not just completely be negative, the guy who plays the super fucking speedy fucking voice nerd,
Sheldon.
I think you have to be very fucking talented to in order to like pull that character, not that character off, but for him to spit out the dialogue that he does, like he has to already be smart to do that. Like he has a lot of fucking crazy dialogue that he has to like machine gun rattle off, you know.
I don't
I
know.
think it's impressive. I think it's impressive to be on that show. Anyway, like I have a lot of respect for that because it's like, how are you on that show and just like not question your life choices every day?
Because you're probably getting, 6 figures per
You're getting
episode. What do you mean?
More,
Dude, they're on season
get
9
over a
now.
million.
If I recall
get over a
correctly,
million.
the core 4 gentlemen are making like, is it $250,000 episode now? Dude, CBS
With a
is
reported
like,
salary nearing $1 million per episode.
yeah, they are making
Workers, yeah.
Godzilla bank, dude. Because
Yeah, I think I could
keep surviving.
I'll do it for $1 million an episode.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'll
Like-
sell out.
Danny,
Just do one season and leave though.
Danny, what about you? What show would you cancel? Any shows that you looked at, you're like, damn, this is just, I don't even want to not watch it. I want it to be gone.
The
I mean,
Thanos button.
I told you I can't really do that being in the entertainment world.
Okay,
Oh,
fair,
that
fair.
one show, it might be some producer that's on that show that I might anybody like some
I
motherfucker
respect
holding
that.
the lights could be the next month like, oh, you should have on our show on Twitch and they got us canceled.
Damn.
Next thing
Danny,
you know,
are you saying you're scared?
definitely.
Hey, that's respect.
I got mortgages.
Okay.
I got a mortgages.
Well, if I may add one more follow-up train to this, and then I'm done with this whole topic
Oh,
here.
please go ahead.
Which, if Destiny pulled the derail, let me get the hot derail here, okay? So in that regard, all right. So you talked about what show can we cancel? What is the absolute shittiest sequel that makes you just mad that it even exists?
Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield.
No, that's a remake, not a sequel. Or the sequel
Well,
as a part of the remake.
It's a sequel series. But yeah, and he's not wrong. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 are hot garbage. They're
I think you called it. I think it was The Matrix, dude. That was...
Me and my world, I would say any rap album that's named a part 2. So anytime a rap album that came out and it was like
he's shitting on Eminem now.
Yeah, anybody that made an album that was a part 2, it never was better than a part 1.
Shit, yo, that's true. You want to know how, dude?
Okay, you can say that.
No, dude. That's true. I made a season 2 of content, and hey, I'm getting shit for it to this day.
They only make album part 2 as a cop out to be like, oh, I'm going back, geek you up for their most successful project for you to buy this shit again. But
would you say the same thing about like the?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. Somebody had Carter 2 might have been better than Carter 1 though. So
what about the Carter 3?
Lil Wayne win, yeah, Carter. Only Lil Wayne. We gonna only exclude Lil Wayne.
Okay. Because
everything was better after Carter 1.
Carter 3 was best selling. Carter 3 was fire.
Everything got better after Carter. So
that was a million, right?
What do you think about
Lil Wayne only one? We're gonna exclude.
What do you think about Young Sinatra 4? Young Sinatra 4 was.
What is Young Sinatra 4?
Logic's new album.
Oh yeah.
I thought his album, his 4 was way better than. Like, I think he just evolved as a rapper. You know, at first it was just all he was talking about was being like half black, half white. That was like his first like albums, and then now he's like actually, talking on real shit.
Is Logic half black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's literally that was his whole thing for a long time. I'm not a Logic fan, but I think Young Sinatra 4 was better than his other albums. Personally.
Word.
Really?
Yeah, if you listen to the Incredible True Story Train, you'll see he goes ham on the whole biracial stuff. But what was I gonna say about this now? The shittiest sequel I can think of. Now you can say horse shit like whatever Grown Ups 2 or like Daddy Daycare 2, whatever crap exists. It's a low bar, low effort thing. I would say that a shittiest sequel has to be like tethered to the amount of effort involved, and it's still this fucking terrible. And what comes
it has to be really high effort.
Well, it can be just like I don't know, like you could have tried.
That rolls out the Scuffed podcast.
Damn, fatality.
Hey, listen, dude, it's Scuffed.
I'm trying to think of like a really good example here. It's probably a disgusting tie between Jurassic Park 3, which is fucking terrible. I mean, it's terrible and it's dumb. Or Jurassic World 1, which is also terrible and dumb and boring.
World sucked, dude. Jurassic World was worse than Jurassic Park 3, I think.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, because it happens after, right? Or Transformers 2. But I don't know, Transformers 2 is like extra stupid, and Transformers 5 the last night, I actually watched it like for a shitpost reason. I watched just to make fun of it the entire time with a friend. And it was like when you've got to watch 5. Watch 5 when you're drunk as fuck, dude. It is so fucking dumb. They retcon Transformers into Nazi World War II and apparently still lost. They retcon the King Arthur into the whole fucking thing. You're just like, wait, what? The Transformers did, and they try really hard to retcon Transformers to every important moment in history, and you're just like, wait, what? It's crazy, man.
For me, a movie that I was disappointed with that they continued on in a very I wanted it to be continued on, but I think they did it very poorly. And it's my favorite movie in the world. The entire Bourne trilogy is my favorite in the entire world. Nothing will beat it. I just feel like they did a very poor job with the
fourth one.
Well, not Bourne Legacy. Bourne Legacy was okay, but Jeremy Renner was in it. It was pretty cool. I wouldn't really attach that too much to the trilogy, even though it's the background story. It was the last Jason Bourne. I really
the one called just Jason Bourne. Is that
Wait, Bourne Ultimatum or the
no, not Bourne Ultimatum. Not Bourne.
Past the trilogy.
Yeah, just Jason Bourne. Like I really was disappointed with that. I think they did an amazing job with the first 3. Amazing, absolutely just thrilling. Immersion was unbelievable. The last one just didn't. It felt so superficial. It didn't feel real. It didn't feel like this was the agent. I can't explain. So I was very disappointed.
Let me ask you a question now. Is it because your expectations were high and that's why it burns, or do you feel it sucks even if you're not like a dick hard Bourne fan?
I think it's more so the fact that I think he just got old. To be completely honest with you, I think he's old and it's not his style anymore. I don't think so.
There was no way for the film to be good, in your opinion. Like the 5th film, there was no way for it to surprise you, impress you.
When I watched it, he didn't seem like the Jason Bourne in the first 3. he seemed like he was kind of done with that phase, but he maybe came back. I don't know the exact logic behind it, but he didn't seem into it as he was when he was younger in the first 3. So that's
what do you guys think about the newer Bond, like the Daniel Craig Bonds? Because I think Casino
Newer?
Royale.
Isn't it like 10, 15 years old at this point? When
No,
did
Casino Royale is old now, but I'm saying like
Casino Royale was 06, and I liked Casino Royale.
And then, but he continued it. There are more Bonds
I heard
since.
Spectre is fucking dumb. Like, it tries to like retcon the previous 3 to all be interconnected somehow by some genius villain. I'm sorry, spoilers, y'all. Genius villain. And it's like, I hear it's just limp dick writing that tries to create a cinematic universe because they wanted that MCU money, and it comes off as completely stupid.
I mean, that's just one person that you heard from, right? Or
you like Spectre?
No, I'm saying that's a review that you heard.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I haven't seen Spectre personally. No.
Yeah, I haven't seen. Like, I've seen Casino Royale, and then I think I've seen. What was the one after? Was that Spectre or no?
There's Casino Royale, Skyfall, and then Spectre. I think are those the 3. There's only been 3 in the last 10 years, or has there been 4? I forget now.
I'm not too sure.
I haven't seen Skyfall personally, but I heard good things about it. But it's Spectre. I heard was just like completely stupid.
What do you think about Daniel Craig as Bond, though?
I like him.
I think he's a lot better than like pussy ass Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, I actually I believe he can do
I
other
like
things.
Pierce
Honestly.
Brosnan. I like.
Dude,
Pierce Brosnan
whenever
a
I
lot.
think of James Bond, I think of Pierce
Pierce
Brosnan.
Brosnan is such a
Same. Pierce, dude, he's
It's
just
just
good,
like
he's good looking. He sits there, he walks in. I mean, I don't know. Danny, what do you think? What do you think? Who's your favorite James Bond?
I never watched a James Bond movie. I played Bond on 64. I never saw a James Bond movie. I ain't gonna lie. I can't even, I ain't gonna be fake about it.
Have you ever? I'm curious. Do you ever have like sometimes like rap songs and shit will get featured now, especially at like the for like different movies and shit. Have you ever wanted to write like an album or write a song with a single in mind for being like in a movie or whatever? How does that shit work? Do you
I mean, my
produce it for
songs
Jesse,
have been in movies and stuff and stuff, but no, I don't write it. I never thought that it would be in it. No, I didn't write it for those intentions. But yeah, I've had, like I got stuff in the works where I'm have to do stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Oh, that NDA shit.
They're really old, but Sean Connery, I think, was the first Bond.
I think so, yeah.
They're like made in the 60s though, but he was a fucking gangster as a Bond dude. The way he just owned everything. Like, some people could pull it off, some people can't. Pierce Brosnan's a fucking pussy. I'm sorry.
Hey, dude, I don't know. I like Pierce. So
go watch fucking one scene. Go watch like one fucking scene from Sean Connery and see how he talks to like a woman, and then see pussy ass fucking.
Oh,
Pierce
well, Sean
Brosnan.
Connery. Well, you can't compare Sean Connery. I'll defend all the way. I'm talking compared to the new guy, but
well, Daniel Craig is like 10 times more of a man than Pierce Brosnan. Are you kidding me? Fucking Daniel Craig's like mini Canute. Fucking Pierce Brosnan's like, in my opinion, UK League of Legends fucking streamer.
I think times are a little different, but anyway, yeah. Does anyone else have anything? Does anyone have anything from the movies, or can we move on to the next topic?
We can move on.
Okay,
I couldn't think of anything else.
So the next topic, I wanted to bring this up last week, but it was kind of I did the Tyler One broadcast. We were all tired. We kind of kept it very chill, nothing heavy. I want to bring this up very abruptly. Basically, 2 weeks ago, and it's still ongoing. There is this Irs Audit going on. Pretty much. Okay. There is the. Wait. Let me explain all this real quick. There's the.
You got to call by the hashtag, fam.
Yeah. There's the actual, incels, and there's the.
Thought audit.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
I didn't want to say it because I knew Twitch would, probably snap my neck for that. But yes,
okay. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Asmund said it. I didn't even hear you say it. Asmund said it. Asmund's good. Okay. See you, Asmund. Anyways. No, the thought audits, okay? That's what's going on. And pretty much, for those of you that don't know, in the podcast, there is a couple extreme incels or extreme people who speak about extreme topics on YouTube, and they found my speech from 2017, November of 2017, and they believe the speech was from 2 weeks ago. And the incel started using my speech, the 30-second clip that I got 5-day ban for, as their movement, without me being aware of this at all. They use the movement, and right now it's at 10+ million views over all social network platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, going viral. And the incels are using it as their movement. The extreme feminists are using it to show why the incels are terrible. And pretty much I'm stuck in the middle of this terrible, shitty thing.
It's about something that had nothing to do with it.
My
So
speech
funny,
had
dude.
nothing to do with any of this, but now it's being used as a war. And better yet, listen to this. Better yet, people are looking at the speech and they're saying, this is Daniel Wu, or this is, I think his name's Daniel Wu. This is the guy that's doing the IRS audit. This is Daniel. And I'm getting all these comments and all these videos saying, fuck this guy, fuck him. And then the other side, they're like, praise him, praise him. I'm getting follows on Twitter from people with hashtags and their thing. Oh, thought audit, fuck. Like, it's fucked up. It is fucked up. It is shitty as fuck. You know, it is at 10 million plus views. No one knows it's actually Trainwreckstv. Everyone thinks it's this David Wu guy or Daniel Wu, whatever his name is. So, what do you guys think about?
Well, first, before we get into any of this, I want to go ahead and set the stage here of what's even happening, right? Because obviously there's the component of, you know, these people taking a speech that you made last year about something completely different in a different character, and they're using this as their battle anthem to complain about girls selling Patreons for $5.
Yes.
But here's basically what's happening, right? Is that there's a bunch of guys on the internet that are mad that girls are, you know, basically making money off of their sexuality. And what they're doing is they are supposedly reporting these girls to the IRS because they are assuming that the girls are evading taxes by having like premium Snapchats or Patreons or something like that. So I that's basically where things stand. And I think a lot of people actually, like, you know what, before I get into how I feel, what do you guys think about this?
Well, let's...
Incel gang. Fuck incels, dude. Fuck all fake incels, real incels. Anyone hating on someone about their money and trying to fucking like chirp to the fucking IRS being like, hey, look what they did. They're a bitch. I don't care if it's a guy or a girl. They're a fucking bitch.
Well, they're fucking stupid too, because anybody knows that if you're on PayPal and you make a certain amount of money, you have to put in your tax information and they send it to the IRS.
Yeah, the PayPal sends it directly.
Yes.
Yeah, this is it's not even happening.
Do you want to tell you the number? I can tell you the number if you want to know the number.
9,000, right?
I heard it was 5,000.
Oh,
No,
They're making like
I
5,000.
thought it was 3,000.
Well, when I looked at it like in 2016,
it goes up every year, right?
Yeah,
I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Automatically generated. Here's your automatically generated 1099 miscellaneous because you grossed over 5,000 this year.
So, like, by the nature of them doing it through PayPal, that means that they're reporting it, and it gets reported directly to the IRS unless the girl doesn't make enough money, in which case, who cares? Especially not the IRS. It's probably going to cost them more money to audit them than it would than to just ignore
taxes.
it and let her keep the money.
Real quick, just for a fact check. So it's both $20,000 in gross payment volume, and you have to have 200 separate calendar payments or payments in a calendar year. That's the actual.
Hey,
So you're telling me that if you
Are you
Can I jump in on this? Hold on.
Yeah,
hold on.
yes,
Hold on.
please.
What's up,
Can I
man?
jump in on this?
Taxes I don't have to pay?
Any of y'all motherfuckers bought a premium Snapchat before?
Not yet.
No.
Nope.
Not yet.
I don't make that kind of money, dude.
Y'all motherfuckers lying. Anyway, I have.
Okay. All right. What's your experience?
I have before.
All right, all right.
And it's
Tell me about
nothing worse than paying for getting when you know you horny and you doing too much and you done bought a bitch premium Snapchat and the bitch scammed you.
Was she taking pictures of her dog or like her food?
She not
Or what?
even busting it open like that.
Wow.
You got scammed.
How much
Was
was
she
it?
doing selfies?
No,
Like cute
it doesn't
selfies
even
and
matter.
shit?
That doesn't matter.
He doesn't want to say.
No, any business that I could get scammed in, you hoes deserve to pay taxes for.
Okay.
Every other business I could buy a bullshit product. You see some shit. It's like TV ads, like, you know,
Danny,
at late night
like
buy
you bought
TV
it.
ads. You know,
Danny, it's like you bought an
bought a raw
early
grill.
access. It's like you bought an early access.
yeah,
to
you
the
bought
house.
early access Snapchat. She ain't got that burnt out yet. You know what I'm saying?
She doesn't got the pussy worked out
That's
yet.
all I'm gonna say. So any business that I could get scammed in, you hoes deserve to pay taxes for. Cause I done bought motherfucking scam Snapchats before, and they ain't busted open like that for the cuz. So
I don't
if
know,
I'm
man.
doing
Wait,
all
how many fucking weed dealers are reporting their illegal income though on their fucking 1040s? I don't know.
Whoa. Before we get into that, let me do the devil's advocate for you, Destiny. Are we comparing illegal
How
activity
is
to
that different? You get
Snapchat
scammed buying
activity?
weed.
Well, I don't
for
think there's
medicinal
I'm a white guy,
purposes,
man.
no.
We get scammed when we go to buy weed all the fucking time.
Yeah, but it's dispensaries. It's for medicinal purposes now, man.
maybe in California.
That premium Snapchat.
Medicinal purposes? That's what you
that
get
premium
fucking premium Snapchat for. You got an inflammation in the pants or whatever. It's the same fucking shit, dude.
Yeah.
No, motherfucker. That's
That's the
opposite
same
of it,
shit, man.
That's something you need to go
You
to
got
the
a boner for
hospital
over
to
4
stop.
hours, they can chop your fucking dick off.
Listen,
Don't tell me that's not a
anytime you
medical
buy-
emergency.
Anytime you buying premium Snapchats, you need to go see somebody to stop that horniness, because we need to get that shit out the way with. You get what I'm saying?
Hey,
I do.
actually, yo, Danny, I
agree with
created a anthem. Oh, I shouldn't say anthem shit in this times. I created a logo. I shouldn't say that either. I created a thing. It's called JOBD. Okay, so for in your situation or anyone else's, we can change it to, let's see, jerk off before buying Snapchat. JOBBSC. Jerk. It's a boys, spam the emote. Basically, I've created this thing where you jerk off before donating. Okay, and believe me, this came, Danny. I'm not gonna high road you, Danny. I'm not gonna high road you. This came.
I
this
get
ca-
what you're saying.
No,
but to
this
me,
came from experience. Okay, listen, I like you. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, dude. I've had days. I've had days too. I mean, I didn't buy premium Snapchat, but I've definitely done some things, and I think people know. So JOBD came from experience. Okay, it didn't come from some high knowledge. I fucked up and I created JOBD. Okay.
no, you gotta look at it different with me though. If I buy a bitch premium Snapchat, it's an investment. I eventually fuck them still. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just me. You know what I'm saying?
Just get your foot in the door. Okay.
It's showing you that I'm investing in your content. I'm showing you that I agree with what you're doing. I fuck with it. But I've
You're,
been
you're window shopping. You're being a window shopper.
window shopping. I ain't the regular, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So if I buy a bitch Snapchat, I fuck them eventually. You know.
Heard that, man.
No, but real quick.
How's it feel?
Oh, go ahead.
How's
Dom.
it feel, Trainwreck, just being the face of the incels?
Dude,
Like,
it's
that
shitty.
like?
It's completely shitty, and let me tell you
Okay.
why. No, let me tell you why it's shitty. Because listen, I know the narrative behind Trainwreckstv or behind my reputation on Reddit or wherever else my reputation may precede me, whatever the word is. I promise you, on every bone in my body, what I meant in those speeches isn't close, isn't even remotely in the same ballpark as what these actual incels are preaching and using my speech for. Not even close. If anything, it's closer to what Danny's talking about than anything, and that's the problem. So I feel terrible about it. I feel shitty because
You just don't want to get scammed.
It's not bad.
Wasn't there didn't we have some fucking dude on like an earlier episode of this shit? I don't remember because I missed some of them, who was talking about how like there are certain things you could say that can be taken and used by people in ways you don't necessarily intend for it to happen. Doesn't this have to do with like responsible platforming shit? Fuck, I don't remember. I'm sure somebody has said this. I'm sure somebody has said this at some point in time. I don't know. I'll try to dig up the VODs, but man.
But wait a second. What Train was saying in his speech, I think anyone who's remotely smart will know that, like, if he's going on a rant of some like dumb fucking whores and their whorish fucking ways of being, obviously he's not saying every fucking woman on earth fits into that category.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Very
Exactly.
easy and plain
The
to see
people
that,
that are
like, oh, is
retweeting
he
are
talking
dumb.
about every female? Yeah, he's
Exactly.
probably talking about every female.
But you're wrong, right? What you're saying right now is just wrong. Like you're saying it's very obvious, but he just said that video is like what 10 million views or whatever. So clearly there are a lot of people that fucking take
Well,
that.
There's a lot of
dumb
dumb people
in the
though. Like,
world.
Well,
yeah,
that's
there's so many
my
dumb
point.
people.
That's my argument. You're winning my argument for it by
Okay.
saying there's a lot of dumb people. I totally agree with that. That's why you have
Yeah,
to be
that's
fucking
what I'm
careful with
saying.
the shit you say.
But I also said if it's remotely obvious to people who are fucking smart, like, yes, obviously the mainstream people will hear something and be like, I can't believe he's saying that about women. Oh my God, it's so disparaging to all women that have a vagina on this planet. But like when you're going off on a rant and have a very specific rant and things that you're saying about
Exactly,
a
yes.
specific group of people that fit in this fucking category,
Out, dude. What the fuck was that?
obviously. It's just obvious that it's not to every fucking.
No,
woman,
S fan
man.
with that fuck. I looked up and then I fucking freaked out because I saw that face thing he did.
No, I completely agree with Andy.
Sorry.
It's only my teeth.
The problem is, S-Man, relax. It's all good, dude. The problem is exactly what you're saying. What you, Asman, and Destiny are saying. It's just stupid people, right? It's stupid people, and
they're dumb.
They're dumb, and people, it is what it is, and that's coming from 81 IQ
for
Andy.
You should fucking DMCA that shit too. Fuck that shit. That's what I would do.
Well,
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that, dude.
can I
That'd be
DMCA
smart.
on Instagram upload or like Twitter
It's
upload?
your fucking content, dude. Why the fuck are they uploading your shit? You can DMCA that. Of course you fucking can. That's your property.
It depends if you're getting anything off of it, man.
Doesn't matter.
I'm
You're
getting
getting
a lot
shit
of
off of
fucking
it.
hate.
That's
I'm
your
getting a lot of
intellectual
fucking hate. I'll
property.
play that.
You can drop that DMCA. Fuck it. Easy.
Dude, drop that big dick damn hammer. Big dick ban hammer. I'm sorry, good lord.
Now, real quick, to kind of fight for both sides on this topic. I completely agree with Asmon, Trihex, and everyone that's brought this up, and Andy. But I also agree with Danny in a sense where I agree it's fucking stupid. These idiots that are reporting IRS, they're fucking idiots. They're fucking stupid. Mind your own fucking business. It's some jealousy shit most likely. What Danny's talking about is completely right, but I doubt these people are attacking it from that angle. But just real quick.
I think they should pay taxes. There's nobody that thinks they shouldn't pay taxes.
Real quick, to kind of defend the other side as well, why, if you're paying your taxes, if you're abiding by the law, why is everyone getting so upset like they've been exposed? And why is this such a right? Like if you're paying your taxes, say, oh fuck it, do what you want and sell.
Don't you pay taxes for your Twitch?
Fuck yeah, hell yeah.
Exactly.
I pay taxes for everything, dude. I pay a fucking.
At the end of it.
I think it's upset about like the perception, right? Like it's like, oh, like you're just.
Now if I bought pussy on the corner. If I bought your pussy on the corner or something, like, you know what I'm saying? That's a different story. You get what I'm saying? You don't pay taxes on that. But if I gotta send you a PayPal, if it's documented knowledge that I gave you money, bitch, you gotta pay taxes.
If you pay money in Amsterdam, you should pay taxes.
If you subscribe to a motherfucking channel, you paying taxes on them subscriptions.
True.
What's the difference?
Yep.
Facts. That's facts.
It's kind of like you pay tax on the pussy because after you fuck it, then you gotta take them out to dinner again. That's tax. You gotta buy.
I said buying pussy on the corner.
You're not doing that on the corner.
Take a bitch out for dinner on the corner. Yeah.
All right, listen, boys.
I was stretching the joke out, all right?
Listen, boys, if this wasn't any other channel, I'd say go for it on Trainwreckstv. This is gonna end up some Kotaku, okay? A bunch of guys getting together. Listen, let's move on here.
Wait. Before you move on, can we just get a resolve here? So just to clarify what's happening right now. So there's been some haterade going on. There are people who are claiming within the negative group / incel group that they are reporting the thoughts to the IRS and whatnot. But what's happened since then? Like, is this still, are people still actively doing this now? Have they been called out? Have the trolls been called out who are trying to do this whole thing? Or what are we currently at now? I know we know it's occurred, but has it stopped or is it still happening?
Who said it's even happened?
True.
I know.
Yeah, that too as well.
It could be fake news, you know?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. One girl tweeted something about getting audited, which may or may not be true. But the way that those forms work, so the form is 3949A, right? The way that those forms work, you need a decent amount of information to report somebody for tax. You can't just like you can't just like randomly throw a bunch of fucking names onto like a form and like throw it to the government, like, yo, check these bitches out. Like the IRS doesn't do audits like that. Like this is not how any of that works.
You know, hoes don't do research. They just got scared. Like, they just went crazy. Like, what? They coming for me next. Oh, shit.
So that's it, right? I mean, people are panicking. People are panicking about shit that's not happening, right? I mean, like, they're not going to just go get audited. They're not going to put all the thoughts in jail because they didn't pay their Snapchat tax. Like, it's just some random dumbass on the internet thinking this is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's going for now.
Yeah.
These bitches gotta pay Snapchat tax, man. Fuck that, man.
That would be cool if you put them all. Someone should fucking do a nice like little picture
if I pay
of
for the booty jiggling, the next thing I know, I'm getting feet pics. Man, I ain't got time for this shit.
I hope not.
Wait, is there a picture with all the famous hoes on Snapchat behind bars with like Snapchat faces?
That'd be good.
Filters and like kitty filters. They should do that. I don't know why that's not a picture yet. That'd be good.
Also, if it's worth bringing up here, the form that Destiny brought up, the 3949, the one that you use do the thought auditing and whatnot, it's important to note here that one, you can't submit any information like digitally. There's no like sitting an electronic form. They accept it only via paper, and you do need a shitload of information to even do anything. Like you need name, physical address, date of birth. You need a lot of info formally to even like get this thing rolling forward here. So
that is true. That is definitely true.
You got the docs, the girl. So I doubt, or guy, I doubt any of these boys actually did anything.
That lets you know, a bitch scammed a nigga super hard for him to get that much information to audit the hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's serious, man. Because I'm telling you, if you get to, man, come on. You know how stupid you feel the next day of going to PayPal, sending the bitch some money, then going back to your phone, then clicking, hoping she just pop up on a story with some titties here and now and then, man. That's stupid, man.
Imagine pointing out. Imagine knocking on the government's door and pointing them in the direction of a stranger that you've never met. That's really stupid. Like, hey, look at them, government. Look at them. Look at that person I don't know. what a fucking retard you have to be to put time and effort into that negativity.
Well, it's not even happening. That's the best part. Is you got
Yeah.
all these people pretending like that they're doing something that they're not doing because they can't fill out the form. And so this is all a complete scare tactic, and that's all it is.
Wait.
It's
Wait,
not
You
wait,
think
wait,
most
wait.
people aren't going through with it.
Imagine this,
actually
right?
reporting them.
Someone makes like a troll FBI account with like a bunch of bot files or whatever, and
Yeah.
so then like the thought auditors try to go to this like troll ass fucking FBI thing or IRS thing to fucking tell them shit,
Auditors.
and in their head are thinking like tomorrow that like fucking the SWAT team's gonna come fucking like bulldozer down the front door and hunt her down over like what fucking 15 grand maybe in missed taxes. Like
$1,500 in Snapchat fees.
yeah, like
Oh,
it
yeah,
only
they're gonna
costs,
shut it
30
down.
grand minimum to even get a SWAT team out there. Shut up, dude. That's not gonna fucking happen.
They're
it's-
stupid, man.
Yeah,
That's what it is. They're just stupid and they're mad. Like that's all it is. Like they're mad, and like I can get like people that are mad about like girls doing it, like whatever. But you don't try and get the IRS involved.
Yeah,
That's
to be
stupid
honest
as hell.
though, as much shit as I'm joking about it and saying all that,
Yeah.
that is really like some whole ass like hater, like snitching type shit. Like I would never go to the
Well, that's the
IRS on
definition of
anybody.
snitching.
Yeah, like I would never go to the IRS. You really have to be really super.
That's not even like normal snitching. That's like,
that's
nerdy
like
snitching.
super butt
Yeah.
hurt to
That's
like go to the
hyper-
IRS and like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
It's fucking
Nah.
lame.
it's lame as hell. It's definitely lame as hell.
Imagine
yeah.
they can't get the dick wet, fam. Just period.
Well, that's honestly
I don't
probably
get
what it is.
Nobody gets none. Or
It-
some.
Well, no, I mean, like, I've always said this. Like, imagine coming home from your great job to your beautiful wife and then saying, sorry, honey, I can't play with you and the kids right now. I've got to go report thoughts to the IRS. It's not going to happen. It's always people that are mad.
Yeah, those
But
people
see-
aren't saying that to their family. They're saying that to their cat and
But
grandma.
I'm looking at it from the other side too.
Yeah.
Y'all never got scammed on a Snapchat before.
Yeah,
That
you're
shit
dead.
make
Yeah,
you
because I
wanna
never
order-
bought one.
That should make you want to order the bitch. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get that. I do.
Can I ask without okay, if it's too explicit,
What?
feel free here. But when you say you got scams, does that mean like you didn't get no cha-cha and tetas, or you didn't get, like she didn't like respond to you
they
individually?
really
Like
scamming.
what's
No,
this-
they really scamming. No, I'm saying.
oh, there's not even there was nothing there.
It's
It
some
was
girls, no, it's some girls that really they provide great content for their community.
right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean,
But it's
I don't
some
want to
girls out there-
disrespect. I don't want to disrespect Adam 22, but his girl Snapchat, and I follow her on Twitter, so I see all of her posts where she's just like fucking playing with herself and shit. And she's like, "Yo, buy my lifetime Snapchat," and I'm like,
That'll make you feel creepy. That's your homeboy girl though.
"That's why I didn't buy it, dude. I mean, I can't help but scroll and see your tweets, but I'm not like paying for that shit. You know what I mean? It's a little awkward."
Well, yeah. I'm like, so how? Here's the worst thing to me, right? Is like if you do something like that, and then they take pictures of like their dog. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just annoys me.
Yeah, no,
It's
it's fucked
like,
up.
the
'cause
same,
then-
it's
'cause
like you
then-
get excited to see their name on the list.
yeah, and then
and
you're
then you
jacking off
click
to
on
the
it,
dog,
and it's
then
a
you feel weird about it.
it's a dog, or
Dude,
like, hey,
have you seen?
I just had food or something.
Have you seen the people? I think it's been on Twitch as well. Like, it's been I've seen this almost everywhere, especially on Twitter videos. Have you seen the people who are like doing like stripping or anything like that, and then their kids just playing in the background casually? Like,
No,
I find that
no.
so awkward. I find it so awkward. I find it so inappropriate. I find it disgusting. Like,
Dude,
if you're gonna do this
It
shit,
is.
a
Hey,
stripper-
man,
go
I
into a separate
definitely
room. Go into a separate room. Like, don't let the kids see that, right? Like, I mean,
I
that's my
definitely
I-
think we've
I-
been on this topic too long. What is
No,
the
wait,
next topic, man?
No, true,
Let's
dude.
go.
Facts.
I gotta
facts.
say one last story.
What
A
is the
stripper-
next topic, dog?
Hold on, one last thing. A stripper, right before she gave me a lap dance, asked me to sign a napkin for her 6-year-old son. And I was like, right
that's
about
cute.
to get this bitch on my lap, and I'm like, oh, okay. The fuck?
Okay.
Totally killed the moment.
And to be clear, listen. For all we know, there's men selling their Snapchat as well, and men are equally assholes and idiots. I just want to be very clear on that. Listen.
Shit, if I could shake dick on Snapchat for some money, shit, I wouldn't be on Twitch right now.
Hey, facts, dude. If I could swing some dick, I'd do it too, dude. If I could swing some dick on Snapchat, hey, if I was packing one of those, thunder cocks, 9 inches, if I was packing one of those things where you can, literally put a fucking bush on top of it and it's a tree, whew, I'd be doing it all day. My bad, dude. Okay, so let's talk to the next topic, okay? And this is some sci-fi shit, okay? It's heading towards some sci-fi shit. I want to get your guys' opinion on this. Chinese scientists claim to have created the world's first genetically edited babies. So basically, what that means is so there's a scientist that claims, there's nothing published about this yet in the health journals, but the scientist in China claims.
So it's fake.
He genetically modified a baby to be immune to AIDS.
Okay, so like I just
Magic
want to say
Johnson.
one thing is whenever I saw this in the show notes, I thought it said edible babies. Like, I don't know what to say about that. I thought it was
gonna make. So hold on. They just made a atomical baby that could just fuck raw. Like fuck any other shit that you could just make for a motherfucker. He just had the ability he could just fuck anything raw.
Oh,
With any consequence. Like, what sense does that make? All the trouble we got in the world, you gonna make a motherfucker that can just fuck raw. Hey, this some bullshit.
look, they've got priorities over there.
You
What
think they would
sense does that
increase
make that he don't get AIDS?
You would
He just
think it would
fuck-
be like a
Give a
baby
nigga
that
some
could never
cool
get
shit,
cancer or something.
telekinesis. Make a nigga like Crackdown or something.
It's not X-Men.
You get what I'm saying? I'm waiting for a nigga to come out this bitch like Crackdown. You get what I'm saying? They talk about a nigga just could fuck raw. It's some bullshit.
I love how that's what you derive from freaking AIDS proof.
Crackdown.
Is AIDS still that big of a problem right now? Like, I mean, I guess like
know.
in the US.
In
I mean,
Africa,
I'm not trying to find
I know
out.
in parts of Africa, yeah, it is.
Africa is
I
like
know AIDS was like a big
50% of the
thing, like, in
population or
80s
something,
in
wasn't
the
it?
USA, but like it's I don't know. Actually, I should look at the STD stats in the USA. I don't know how better things are now compared to like 30 years
I mean,
ago.
In the
STDs are
US,
popping.
HIV is better to have than diabetes. HIV, the
might be
retrovirals for
true.
H,
That might be
it
true.
absolutely is.
You got
HIV,
diabetes, you dying quick.
you lose 10 years off your life with diabetes in the US.
What? Really?
Pretty
Okay.
bad. Yes, it's
even with
super
medication
serious.
and everything.
Yep, 10 years off your life.
What?
However,
Now-
with HIV, you're at like normal human lifespans now. As long as you're taking your retrovirals every day. Yeah.
Now about
Or
that, though,
antiretrovirals.
and just so people understand for scaling here, like isn't
Hey, my
like
bad, I gotta take
isn't like a third of U.S. adults have diabetes now? Or am I thinking of
It's like amount of diabetics and pre-diabetics is like at a massive fucking number. It's unbelievable.
I know it's a big number now. Because I know notably here that we're at that point. I think it was as of 2016 that the average life expectancy for humans actually declined for the first time in known civilization because of the rise in suicide. You know, combination things: suicide, diabetes, obesity, bunch of shit. It actually went down on average.
That's crazy.
So like, whenever somebody like an actor or somebody dies, it's like famous or whatever, just a person of interest, right? Somebody dies, and they're like 60.
Train's favorite show.
It's really like
What
I don't
show?
know.
Person of interest.
Oh,
Sorry,
nice.
go ahead.
Continue. Yeah,
So
continue.
yeah, no, like whenever somebody dies and it's like they're like 60 or like late 50s, like for example, I guess the guy who made SpongeBob just died of he had Lou Gehrig's disease, right? And he was 57.
He was 57.
So
yeah.
like it's crazy to think that like I'm 27, right? And that's 30 years, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And like 30 years, like I mean, you just think about like your life 30 years down the road and like I don't know, that's just it's not that long really if you think about it.
Yeah, wait until you hit the midlife crisis, man.
I think I'm there. That's what I'm saying.
You think you're there already?
no, I'm
Oh,
just
man.
kidding. But I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, it's one of those things, right?
Yeah, the value of time, bro. It's crazy.
Well, look at fucking
Yeah.
Total Biscuit. That dude was
Oh,
fucking
geez.
32 or 33. How old?
Yeah, I know. I don't even think thinking about it.
Yeah, it's really dark shit. There's like, I don't feel like there's anything really. I mean, when you think about death, obviously there are positives you could take from it. You could learn to appreciate your life more.
What the fuck
You
did
could-
I just come back to?
Whoa.
Last time I left, niggas were talking about bitches shaking ass. Now niggas talking about dying.
Well, you're the one that wanted to change the topic.
I'm sorry. Well, we actually didn't clarify. Are you still? So the genetically modified babies, like,
Yes.
so it's
Oh, yeah.
regular. So it's regular like sperm into the egg, and then they modify the egg, like what, like sperm's in like a tube, and then they modify it there. Like what?
They
Do we know anything
modify
about
the
that?
DNA to be immune to to be immune to the HIV virus.
Okay.
To
Hmm.
the AIDS to the AIDS. So HIV.
So that's the only thing. We're not talking about like genetic
Yeah,
modification.
but you
where, like,
don't
can,
get
like-
AIDS. You never get AIDS right away. It's always HIV that
and
turns
then
into AIDS.
Yes. Yeah, that's all the modification is. There's no like
Because at
telekinesis
first
or-
I thought we were talking about the whole like like the celebrity thing where you can just pick what color you want the eyes of the child and what kind of hair you want them to have, and you have your Beyonce pool of genes, you have your Jay-Z pool of genes, and you can say I want Beyonce's nose, Jay-Z's hair, and
What
are we at
about
that? This is not that, right? This is like none of
No,
that.
no, it's
Don't
not
build
that.
a bear.
What
Not
about
yet.
actually
Not
cloning
yet.
fucking kids? I mean, we cloned a sheep like how many fucking years ago? What was that, 20 years ago or something? And they were even talking about the possibility of like cloning a fucking woolly mammoth that hasn't I don't know how long last time they've been on Earth, but it's been a while. So like if they already cloned an animal perfectly successful, I think Bette Midler like cloned her fucking dog that died.
Yeah, I did see that.
Like they're cloning actual animals. Like what is so far off from humans? Since obviously we're fucking animals too, but like what's so far off from cloning a human when we're doing actual cloning of other animals?
Well, if I recall correctly, didn't George Bush like ban stem cell research like back in like 2005?
I don't remember.
And
know if
we
they
go
banned it,
further on
maybe they
stem cell research
Maybe they
before we
took
can
away
even get
funding
near
or
humans.
something. I don't know if they banned it, did they?
I don't know if it got unbanned or not, but I know remember that was like a thing for a while, and that kind of halted the entire discussion of cloning anything near humans.
I don't know.
But
I have no
yeah.
idea, dude. Like, it's like I don't know what it would be like to like clone a person. That'd just be like, I don't know if that would be legal. Honestly, it's like, how would you even handle that?
Oh well, then you get into the question of like,
Yeah.
you're okay. So like in the year like 2400, right? You wash your hands, you got like dead skin cells in the sink, and then someone like takes like your skin cell, and they have enough DNA to figure out how to get your gene pool, and then they fucking clone you and whatnot without your consent. And then it's like, okay, well, do you have to like trademark and like make your DNA illegal to do or whatever? It's like a very, very, like a couple of centuries from now kind of problem, maybe. But whatever.
Yeah.
Can't clone your heart, dude. They can't clone your feelings.
Well, there's that one movie. I think it was called The Island.
Yeah, I've seen The Island. That was Michael
Put
Bay
that shit
movie.
on the Hallmark card, man.
I don't understand what I just missed.
Man.
No, me and Danny got a connection, man. It's just
So yeah, so that's all I got for the.
I need to tell a lot of hoes that.
Okay, so
Next topic.
Next topic. So as you guys saw recently, there was this video of this in the UK of somebody of a younger male bullying a Syrian exchange student. I believe it was Syrian exchange student.
God.
And,
Yeah.
You know, I've seen bullying. I've seen some, crazy shit in my time. And, the fact that we're still dealing, I mean, I guess, I think some people will say kids will be kids. I don't think that's okay. I don't think it's a justification.
No, dude, that was some
I think
fucking
that's too
shit,
far.
dude.
The arm's broken,
Well,
he's
let's
going
pause
for the
here.
neck.
Are you gonna describe what happened here? Like,
I could show the video. I mean, if you guys want to tune into the stream real quick, I could show
It's
the
really
I
dark.
don't know
But
what
you
you're
can,
talking about.
yeah, how bad is it?
But I don't want to come. We ain't got bum people
it's
out.
it's pretty. It's not graphic. It's just really infuriating because the guy's a
But
total.
I can
fucking
pretty much
pussy.
get the gist of it,
yeah. It's
Pretty
some
much.
kid brutally getting bullied while he already had his arm broken by some
Oh.
like.
Yeah, he gets
Well, I mean, the guy-
waterboarded, waterlogged. I don't know, dude. It's like
He chokes
like
him
two
while
steps
pouring
too
water
many
over
for
his
me.
mouth and
That's
nose,
not really bullying at that point. Like that's a whole nother thing.
yeah, that's like physical assault. I would
Yeah.
say.
which is what he's being
That's it.
charged for.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what he's getting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad he's being charged, but I basically saw the same video and I got infuriated. Tweeted with a comment and I'm like, I don't know what this shit
Yeah, you-
does. I
If
feel
you
like
want to
it's
show, I
like
mean,
a
it's
waste of
important
time,
for everyone to
right?
see it. If you want,
Well,
so we can describe it, or you can, or you
I
can show it.
also the reason I brought this up is because there's an issue, and the issue isn't only in the bullying. The issue that a lot of people are ignoring, which, in my opinion, is one of the cures, in my opinion, long term to bullying, is the fact that everyone that was witnessing it was gathering around as if it was some gladiator ring entertainment and just smiling and laughing over the suffering of this kid being bullied. That, in my opinion, is is equally bad. That's a big issue that no one is standing up, no one's stopping in. That is terrible. And I don't know, does that come from how you're raised? Does that come from just the mentality of youths? Where does that come from?
Are
notoriously
you talking
happens
about the
in schools.
bystander effect?
Yeah, the
happens-
bystander
yeah,
effect.
this
Yes.
is like
That's just
That's
an
never
aspect.
gonna go away.
That's an aspect of human psychology. That's just
Yeah.
hardwired into us.
It's not gonna. It's never gonna change. Like
Yeah,
people don't want
any
to
high
get
school in the
involved in
world.
something. Yeah.
Any high school in the world, you could see a fight. You could see someone getting picked on. Yes, there are cases where someone will step in and vouch for the guy and like protect them. But more cases than not, people just want to see the fucking, the
Well, they
fight.
don't want to be involved. They just want to see it.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. I think it's fucked up.
Yeah, there's also another thing that comes to mind for me too, is like a shared responsibility principle, where like if you and another person, 2 people total, were in an elevator and one of them had a heart attack, you'd be compelled to like treat that person, right? But if it's like you and 8 people in an elevator and then one of them have a heart attack, it's like you're all looking around at each other because now responsibility is shared because you're all together in this one space. Now you take that concept there and you apply it to, being out in this big soccer field, and you could see tens of people are right there around them and whatnot. And it's like kind of like are they gonna go do it? Am I gonna go do it? Like it's I feel like that's also at play too a little bit there.
Yeah, being super confrontational, like sticking up for someone, or being super aggressive and being confrontational, it's not in a lot of people's human nature. Even if you go up to some big motherfucker in like a grocery store and you call him a bitch to his face, a lot of times they're going to be like, what would you call me? What? There would be a lot of talking before someone will just like react by punching you in the face. Like there's so many human beings that like don't have that fucking 0 to 100 real quick.
Well, because they don't want to ruin their life.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you get in some fight, like my dad got in a lot of fights whenever he was younger, and he has to live his life on painkillers now because he has so many problems because of it. It's like neck problems. He's had to have neck operations, etc. Nobody wants that bullshit. So yeah, of course they don't want to deal with it.
I think in the heat of the moment, I think that you can look at this in like video games, especially team-oriented video games. I think what happens is what you don't want is you don't want to take responsibility for something. That's the big thing. I think you see this in a lot of team-oriented games where like you need to make a decision and everybody will sit there and backseat whatever decision you make. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to step up and actually make a decision. Yeah, because nobody wants to be responsible for if shit goes wrong. If you stand by and you watch some dude fighting or some people having a fucking heart attack or whatever the fuck, that's just you watching shit. You've got nothing in that. But as soon as you step forward and start to take an act towards that, all of a sudden now you feel like you're responsible for the outcome of these events. And that's a really fucking scary thing. I mean, I don't know what it's like in fucking ultra high elo where you play in down, but like I think it's similar, at least in low mid dime or whatever for like league. Like nobody wants to be the shot caller. Nobody wants to call a plan because if you do and it fails and you feel like shit, but everybody will sit there and backseat shit like once it's been called, Like I think that's just like a human nature thing.
It was definitely different for me. Like when I played on teams, it felt way worse. Like if you're on stage and no one does shit and you just like roll over and die like pussies, like that felt so bad on stage.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was more of the type like if no one's saying something, like I'm gonna make sure that at least I like make a call or like get my team to do something because it's
no. I feel the same way. Like I did that shit in league too. Like even if the plan fails, I don't give a fuck. Like I'll call something. But if you don't do it, you'll sit there and watch nobody do it because nobody wants to step up and be the guy that makes the bad call. Nobody wants to get involved and take the responsibility.
And what Dom is talking about specifically is in a team-oriented situation where it's like he knows everybody, right? You're talking about a situation, Dom, where you guys are tight, you guys practice together, you guys play together. That's different than like solo queue that Destiny.
No, I don't.
About.
Well, I have to defer to Dom, but I don't think it's different at all. I think it's the exact. I think that in solo queue, it's the same thing. If you're playing solo queue games, at least up to fucking mid diamond where I was, if you sit there and make calls, 99% of the time people will listen as long as you do it like with some authority. Like, hey, go here, let's do this. Save the occasional top laner that wants to be fucking solo, whatever the whole game. Yeah, people will generally listen, but like if you don't do it, fucking nobody will do it. People will wander around all game until you just fizzle out and die doing nothing.
Yeah, there's also the added bonus of like fearing your life when it's in this situation with a bully, like standing up to someone at school. I don't think you're instantly thinking you're gonna die if you fight somebody, but you still have that human nature to be like, oh wow, this guy just fucked this person up and is like punching him in the face. Like, what if I fucking stand up for him? Like, what's gonna happen to me?
Well, like, yeah, you could get suspended or something like that too, because they have like these zero tolerance policies.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want to put yourself at risk for some other person.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I don't think it's unreasonable at all.
I put myself in this situation like once a while back, and like after doing it, I wouldn't want to do it again. Like I was in a store, and there was like an Asian guy who was just getting harassed by some homeless guy that walked in. I don't know why he was allowed to be there. Everyone just knew his name. And essentially the guy just came in. He's talking to this Asian guy. It's an old Asian guy, and it's this like short, like 5'3", like homeless dude. He had no teeth, everything. Walked straight up.
One before Twitch.
Pretty much. But he just went up to this like Asian guy's face. He's like, I said hi to this motherfucker. He didn't say hi to me back. like I'm gonna like I just want to hear this motherfucker talk. Like say something, open your mouth. Like he was just going hard on this like old Asian guy, and I went up and I said, I'm like, hey dude, like chill, like what the fuck, like what are you doing? Like I went up and said chill and like tried to get him off. After that, like he got kicked out of the store, but he started like he went to the window, he's like bang on the window, he's like come out here, I'll fucking kill you, like all this shit. And after being in that situation, like the police had to be called and all this shit, it's like, why would I put myself in that situation again, man? Like that shit was so fucking stressful. Like he went, he got other homeless people. I don't know if he has a gun, a knife, like all that shit. It just ended up being like such a negative situation for me that I'm not like, if other people are doing something, I'll jump in, but I'm not gonna fucking put myself first one in one.
Everybody always wants to talk about like, oh, what I would do in that situation. Most of the time, what they would do is the same damn thing. They wouldn't do a thing.
Speaking of that, if I may here, way earlier when we started bringing the topic up here, some people in chat were being like, oh, why didn't he fight back? And it's like, I want to clarify here because we didn't show the video, by the way.
He had a fucking broken arm.
Like, there was one guy bullying, but he had his boys with him. He was outnumbered. Like, it was like 5 of these dudes who didn't look small at all.
Those guys,
if he did one swing, they were gonna deck the fuck out of him.
Those guys saying that in chat probably had a forehead after their name. Forehead after
dude,
their
like,
sentence.
yeah.
No, they had a forehead because there's no way. The guy literally had a cast. He was fucking like 4'1". The other dude was like 5'7" or some shit. You know. He was bigger. The guy had a broken arm. He was smaller. Not to mention, I'm not sure how the rules work when you're an exchange student in another country versus someone that's in their hometown. Like all that bullshit takes into effect. There's so many things that we don't know about, and I think fighting back would have been. It would have been. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think it would have been the right move, and I don't think.
Yeah, I agree. No, it would have easily been like a escalated like jump situation.
I just wish
they want him to think about it. The whole idea is I'm bullying you to provoke you.
Yeah, antagonize him.
Yeah, and it's like they get bored because there's no reaction coming because he wants it to end, and then if you give a reaction, oh, you're fighting back now. And then they're all gonna.
I just wish the video ended with that bully getting fucking hit in the head with a fucking baseball bat. That would have been the better ending to that fucking video.
Okay, well,
I get so fucking maven. Like that does infuriate me too. I'm like, I was mega tilted when I saw the video.
I was very pissed too. I was very pissed. What hurt me the most, to kind of add one last note here before we move on, there's actually a question for Danny for this next one. It's a viewer-based question, but before I do that, what really made me sad the most is for anyone that's actually been in a situation like that, if you watch the way he walks away, like that part literally made me tear up just because like I felt like the burn in my chest, you know, what your parents teach you as the heartbreaking. Like I felt that when he walked away, just head down, he said, I can't explain. Like that walk away was so powerful to me.
It looked like it was business as usual. Like it's not even the first time
it was just like it was just very sad. But anyway,
that's the shit that makes you hate the world right there. Like that kid, that's the shit that makes you hate the world.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, there are so many humans like that where you're just like, wow, I really have little hope. Like, obviously, there are people that are not in that category, nowhere near it. That's what gets you by, is meeting people who are not that fucking idiotic. But like, when you try to like do the math with how many human beings are so fucking ignorant that they would do that shit with like mindlessly, or just way worse, all the people that do shit that's even way worse, you're just like, dude, how many fucking people were born and raised with these mental fucking problems where you're like, oh my God, I can't even think about it. You can't even think for a second of yourself being that shitty towards another human being. It sucks.
Yeah, it's definitely very sad. Hearts in chat for that individual chat, and for any of you that are going through any kind of bullying, make sure to tell somebody. I know a lot of times I myself was, I was kind of herded into that sheep mentality of, if you tell somebody you're uncool, you're a wimp, like don't fall for that bullshit, guys. Like if you see something happen, even if you believe it'll do nothing, believe me, it's better than doing nothing. So tell somebody at the very least, if you don't want to get involved physically or stand up for the person, at least tell somebody, whether it's your parents or a teacher. That shit's very fucking sad, and that's something I'm very passionate about.
I'm right back. I need to get more gun.
Dude, I'm watching it again, and it's like, dude, there's like 20 dudes behind the dude who does it. And then the guy recording it, I think, is one of the, I think he's on the bully side. I don't think it's like a guy recording to document it. I think it's just like it leaked out.
Yeah, well,
he's not helping at all or whatever. Like,
I mean, if the bully didn't want him there, if the bully didn't want him there, he would have just moved him. He's right next to the fucking bully the whole time. So it's gotta be one of his boys.
Okay, well, to move on from to another topic, there's a question from Svada123 for Danny Brown. He says, what are your thoughts on the younger generation of rappers disrespecting their predecessors? 90s hip-hop artists like Tupac or Nas Do you think the art of strong lyricism will make a comeback?
I mean, I think the art of strong lyricism never died. If you look at some of the top artists, most of them are top level lyricists, like the Kendricks and stuff like
Cole.
that. So, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't really see like top lyricism and songwriting would never die in rap music. But as far as the younger generation, I feel like that's just kind of like young rebellion, you know, like I don't hate on it. I love the young kids doing what they do, because shit, when you come out, you got to be like, fuck them old niggas too. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. You got to have that youthful exuberance, that
fire.
spirit to be able to make it in rap music. So I'm not about to be the old guy that's like, you young whippersnappers back in my day. We were on the corner ciphering, and you know what I'm saying? No, get in, do your SoundCloud, do your mumble rap, do your your ad libs. I love it. I'm happy just to see where hip hop going in the progression it's at. So at the end of the day, like the real will make it and the fake will die out. It's just like any other business.
That's the one that's saying I love so much. I completely feel that.
If you dope at it, we'll find out if you dope at it 10 years from now, because you'll still be here doing the same thing. So right now it's just a phase, it's a wave, it's a trend. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's going to be some rappers that make it out of that and become great artists. They all kids. They don't know who they are yet. Most people don't find themselves until they're in their mid-20s. Like a lot of these people we're talking about are 19 and early 20s. Like they don't know who the fuck they are. How they gonna know how to make a song? They ain't even found themselves yet. Once they find themselves, they're gonna be able to make great music that represents themselves the right way, and it's gonna be dope.
Well, if I may here, for a follow-up on that, on your answer, by the way, awesome answer here. I think he's referring to specifically an incident where I forget the rapper's name.
Lil Xan.
Lil Xan. Yeah, where Lil Xan literally said like, "Fuck Tupac."
Yeah,
I think he said he was boring or something like that.
Yeah, Tupac.
And I could get where he coming from. Why would Tupac be able to give him advice in his life? What is he going through that Tupac went through that their life correlates? You get what I'm saying? So of course Tupac music to him would be boring. Shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, do he got to go through fucking police fucking?
So you're saying give people the benefit of the doubt?
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying at the end of the day, rap music has become such a broad spectrum where back in those days, you had to be a certain type of way to be able to be popular as a rapper. Nowadays, we have the internet. We have such a wide range of people that even listen to rap music. So it's always going to be different type of rappers. It's going to be bitch ass rappers. It's going to be gangster ass rappers. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be a full spectrum of it.
Here's another one for you. What about
sucking my cousin's dick every night?
Oh.
What about who was the mumble rapper that Ice-T had a big beef with for a long period of time?
Use the restroom, excuse me.
Does anybody remember?
Did Soulja Boy tell him to suck his dick? That was different though.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, I think so. Didn't Soulja Boy tell him to suck his dick or some weird shit like that?
Yeah, I think so. It was Soulja Boy.
He was beefing with Soulja Boy.
I remember being a mumble rapper though. Like I remember, like it was like someone was like, "Man, fuck NWA, they're old and whack now, whatever," or some shit like that. Or maybe it was dissing Ice Cube, and then like Ice-T came out and was like, "Dude, fuck you, young cat."
No,
or whatever.
it was Ice-T and Soulja Boy. I remember that.
Okay.
Ice-T and Soulja Boy definitely had a big beef together.
Well, okay, here's a question for you. Okay,
fun videos back and
Can
forth.
I
Like,
ask you a
he was
question?
like, "Motherfucker, you young enough to be my son, bitch."
Hip hop beef. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you have like do you find like that hip hop beef is like unproductive in the bigger scheme of the art form, or you think like beef is hype because like it makes everyone have to come to their strongest, like I'm gonna give you my strongest attack, you know, and if you survive,
I think it's whack in a sense, but it that's where it was born from. But I think it's whack in a sense, especially based on where the basis of it come from. Like if we had a beef in the street and we just both actually rappers, then it leaks into music, then that's some totally other shit. But then it's just some rappers that they just beefing for like to get clout, as the kid was, I don't know, to get popularity.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, it's somebody gonna just beefing with somebody, meaning to say, in my life or where I'm come from in rap music, that means to say you don't want me to have a job here. You're trying to stop my family from eating. And if you win this battle, if I get punked out in this shit, if I lose this shit, then I possibly can't even be a musician anymore. And now I can't feed my. So to me, I look at it like some real street shit. If a motherfucker diss me, I ain't about to be, because you fucking with my job. You fucking with my livelihood now. You know what I'm saying? Fuck some music.
Let me just clarify too.
If it start on music, it's gonna go street shit. You get what I'm saying?
I think
I'm just
people
saying,
do
that's
the,
what it is.
like people start shit for attention, like the Machine Gun Kelly thing. Like honestly, I had no idea who that was, and no idea who that guy was. So he did the Eminem.
Yeah, that shit
actually-
could go street real quick.
Yeah.
Eminem admitted that he was like hesitant to do the thing because he was like, I'm gonna make this guy relevant now if I actually like destroy him because I, you know.
Yeah.
But there are beefs that start out on some violent shit, like
that's what I'm
violent
saying.
intentions. You
And
know what I
it
mean?
go
Like
into music,
Takashi.
that's-
Yeah, like Takashi versus like Chief Keef and him like trying to put 30 wrecks on his head. That's some shit like, oh, we catch you slipping at the studio, like things are gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like that shit is just scary because you're just like, fuck, man, another rapper's gonna lose his life to some stupid ass shit, some igno shit.
Exactly.
But then there are rap beefs that kind of just start out as kind of like a friendly competition, like a game of chess. Like,
But then that
I spit
friendly
my bars.
competition shit is corny because we both still putting our livelihood on the line of this shit.
It's like who? Like
You know what I'm
Drake,
saying?
like Drake and Meek Mill, maybe.
Don't
It
get me wrong. It's
depends.
like it's a
Yeah,
lot of
it's a
rappers
team.
still could lose a battle and still be able to have successful careers, but they still have chink in their armor after that.
you know, I agree with that.
Rappers
I agree
supposed
with
to look
that.
like superheroes. Your favorite rappers just seem like they untouchable, like they the coolest motherfucker in the world. Like them motherfuckers could just walk in a room and the wind blow behind their back and their hair blowing in. Like that's rapper shit. You get what
It
I'm
just
saying?
depends how
Yep.
depends how
Once
personal
a
you
rapper
get.
don't
You
look
know what I
like
mean?
that no more, then he might as well just be a regular motherfucker just hanging out with you on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't shit no more. If I could just look at
Yeah.
a rapper like another motherfucker, like you ain't.
It just it
You
depends
know?
how personal it gets though, because like shit get personal where you could really like put a big dent in their career by really punking them. But some people like the newest guys that have been doing it are kind of more just like flexing and just like spitting wordplay. They're not really trying to end someone's life on some super personal shit. I think that could be fun just for competition, like a game of chess. When you start going at someone for the family, bringing up their past life, what they did for a living, how much of a bitch they were in a certain situation, then you're really attacking someone's character and can be damaging to their career.
But that's what I'm saying. We have it, divided for that. If you want to be a battle
Yeah.
rapper, then go be a battle rapper. But if you want to
Exactly.
diss me on songs, then prepare to go outside of songs because we
Yeah.
are both musicians and we both make our money from doing music. We
Yeah, that's
have
fair.
shows to play, and if this shit go bad for me and it fuck up my shit, we done seen rappers get killed in
Yeah.
battles and not have a career no more.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I'll be completely honest. There was only one instance where I thought someone went too far as just like the petty shit, not serious death scary shit.
But the Pusha T thing?
The
Is that what
Pusha
you're
T like calling out Drake.
I
and
knew
the
he was
son-
gonna say Push T
and the
was Drake,
son,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Like I think when you go to beef with somebody, there is a line that should never be crossed, no matter how much you hate the person for petty shit like that. There should be a line, and that line is instilled within you at childhood, and it should be there forever. And I feel like he crossed the line. He just went into this scummy area.
Oh no, it
I
should stop.
understand it, but I'm trying to tell you, it's a life or death situation when you're doing this shit. So it's not a line in this shit. We're talking about careers. We're talking about families. We're talking about, how many people Pusha T. You know how bad that could have went for Pusha T. Where you get what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
had to
that's
do
true.
what he had to do. Like we talking about the biggest artist in the fucking world as far as rap
I
music.
mean, I think that in rap beef, it should be. I don't think there's a line. I think you can just say whatever. Like that's like if you
It's
look at
not a
what.
line.
Yeah, if you
But also
saw
it's-
what like Biggie used to say to like Pac and shit, like that's way over the top compared to like Pusha.
And
Pusha
they
T
both
and
got
Biggie.
killed because they lived that life and they talked about that
Yeah, I
life
was gonna
and
say,
they went
like-
at people's throats verbally. That's enough. Like, look,
But you see
even-
what I'm saying? That beef was
even if-
outside of music that trickled into music.
yes,
Yeah.
That's
but I'm just
different
saying,
situations. So I'm
But
saying
also-
if we
also
still playing
something
with
you
that
s-
fire, if we playing with that, like you say, it's cool to do. No, if you play with that fire, that's the opposite of it. If it started in music or if it started outside, that's just gonna be the fucking outcome of it because we're playing with people's lives because we're playing with careers here.
I mean,
Also,
as a
think-
listener, I appreciate that. Oh, you can go, Andy.
no, I was gonna say, just think about like not even their own team, but just think about fans of them. If you say something so fucked up about another person's like personal life, you're gonna have like a whole group of fans that could just pull up some dumb shit outside of a concert, being like, "Oh, you dissed the fucking guy that I love. Fuck you." You know what I mean? Like throw a fucking rock at his head or whatever.
Or
whatever it is.
eventually start to like you 6 months later.
True.
I mean, as a
Here's a
listener, I
question.
appreciate that.
And you take his fans.
Here's a question:
Yeah.
do you feel that Eminem went too far against
I never feel like no one ever went
Yeah.
too far.
I agree with
Gotcha,
that.
gotcha.
100%.
Well, okay, more I wanted to hear your critique on like when he shits on
If you
Nick
feel like
Cannon.
somebody going
and
too far,
Mariah
then
Carey.
don't do it. Don't get yourself. That's like saying somebody went too far in the street because he shot me. No, that's what you put yourself. You disrespected me in those manners, so that's the only way I can react to that type of shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I completely concur.
And then there's
Yeah.
some people that you just know are not gonna do shit, and it's kind of more like fluffy beef. You know what I mean?
Now
Yeah,
that's
it's like-
bullying. Now you're being a
people
bully.
are on the same,
It
on the
depends.
same
If
page.
it's,
Yeah.
Now
if
that's
it's
being
two
a bully.
people, if it's two people fluffy in a fucking ring, and they're just spitting some funny shit back and forth, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna end this person's life.
You only
or-
put your career up against somebody that could possibly end your career. That's the only way a battle will work. Because both people feel like they back against the wall and their life's on the line. That's the only way you get good
Yeah.
battles, because we notice some real shit.
Or just tons of people who are trying to battle someone more popular to get.
Ask y'all a
some
question.
clout.
What
Let's
is
just say fuck that shit and just make music and cut all that out, because I don't see Ariana Grande beefing with no motherfucking you get what I'm saying? Like, why is that
I
a
mean,
thing with rap music?
I think it just makes I think it makes just rappers try harder. It makes them just put out better music. Like a lot of the time, I know
Just hearing a dope song make me try harder. I don't need you to tell me I ain't shit and how much
Yeah,
I
but
suck and everything
I'm
going
saying is,
on
like-
wrong in my life to make me make better songs.
I mean, the thing for me is
dope shit.
a lot of these guys, they don't put out the dope shit unless they feel like they're tried or like they feel like they gotta
No.
prove something.
When I hear other dope shit, it makes me want to make other. I done heard songs before I couldn't sleep at night. Like, that's real rapper shit. Where I heard Kendrick songs before that make me stay up all night. It's just playing in your head over and over again.
Yeah,
You say,
but not everyone's as
how
passionate
the
as you
fuck am I going to fucking compete with this shit? How the fuck am I going to be able to? You get what I'm saying? Like, it just ruins your fucking life at that point until you fucking have to make something that gives you that confidence again. Be like, oh, it's all good. I'm all right. I'm tight. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's the same for everything. I mean, like you even see like beefs and stuff like that happen on Twitch all the time. I mean, between people. So I think it's something just like for any kind of like entertainment thing. I think the reason why you see it in rap more and like even in Twitch is people want to assert like that dominance. You know, I think that's like a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes things more fun. Like for me, I'd start shit like that all the time. Like I have a series where I literally just shit talk. Like I'll pick somebody who like said some stupid shit, and I'll just shit talk them for it. And I like the competition of it. It makes you like, for me, it makes me want to try harder. It's like, okay, now I'm gonna fucking try to like prove that I'm like better than you, or like what you said was wrong, or something like that. And I feel like so many rappers like aren't really in it for the passion anymore. They're just doing it for the money. And then like if some shit comes up, then they actually start like putting everything into it, and you get to see what they're really capable of. So I'm personally somebody who just likes that shit because I just want to see people at their best. I feel like
I think Twitch beef and rap beef is like two different worlds, because
Yeah,
in the sense
sure.
of like Twitch beef, you can lose a beef against somebody in Twitch and people will still respect you and like you, but
No,
in the rap
I
world,
don't know
think
about that.
no, on
You don't
Twitch
think
it
so?
can get
It don't work like
it
that?
can get it can get pretty.
I mean, I'm
bloody,
just
like-
judging that it's a different type of fan base that's watching this type of shit. Like, I'm from the industry where if you ain't talking about that shit, you can't live that shit. You get what I'm saying? If you ain't living it, you can't talk about it type of shit. Like,
Well, I mean,
feel
they're
like on
different,
Twitch-
right? I mean,
Well, like,
obviously they're.
I mean, like
different.
people aren't killing each other on Twitch, but there are
Yeah.
people whose careers are like severely impacted. I mean, like Trainwrecks and Mitch Jones and like all of this crowd. Like these are people who have had like severely big impacts on their careers based on like talking shit to people. Yeah, it happens.
Hey,
It
listen,
happens
dude.
a lot.
Hey, listen. I mean, listen. I'll tell you what, Danny. I will agree with you on one aspect of what you said about not. So if, for example, there's this site, people hate me when I talk about it. I'm going to bring it up for a second. Okay, if there is hate on Livestream Fail, then yes, I completely agree with you. The hate there isn't enough to ruin someone in the sense, because only 10%, maybe 15% of the actual base that watches you on Twitch is on the site. Now, if you go on the actual Twitch platform against somebody, that's when it can get serious, and that's when it can get damaging, because now the entire community is watching. So I half agree with you and half disagree.
Yeah, but I feel like if a person is watching you, if a person is watching your content on Twitch and then they stop watching you based on because another motherfucker said some bad shit about you, then that was a motherfucker you ain't needing your community in the first place.
Completely agree.
Well, no, I'm talking about like one streamer talking shit about another one.
Completely agree. The problem
not
is
viewers. Yeah.
Here's the problem. So Danny, in my opinion, here's the issue. So if we were talking about adults, an older population, an older demographic, I'd completely agree with you. The problem is the demographic of Twitch, especially for the community I'm in and the community that a lot of the people that do get into drama are in. It is a high school vibe. It is that mentality of a popularity contest. It is that mentality of who attacks who. Let's all get together and watch. That sheep mentality. And
You're
I
like, ew, that
tried.
So it's a big hype beast mentality.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
I've tried moving away from that, and because I see the flaw and the error in that, and what you just brought up is a huge flaw I see in a lot of communities when you wrap yourself around that demographic. Destiny, continue.
So what's going on here is like there's like a dichotomy here that we're all kind of, or I feel like it's being missed a little bit. So like when it comes to music, you have the art of it, which is like writing music or doing raps or producing or whatever you do. But then that's not just music these days. There's also the entertainment side of it today, right? Like rap is in a ton of fucking entertainment. It's in fucking movies. It's in pop culture. Fucking people talking about rappers and shit all the time. Look at fucking Kanye West's entire fucking life is like entertainment for the world now.
Exactly.
And sometimes it seems like it's really fucking hard to separate the art from the entertainment. So I mean, it sounds like for Danny, it sounds like what you want to do is focus on the art. Like that's your thing. You don't give a fuck about whatever other extra shit is going on. For you, like the music is what you're into. Yeah. For other people, the entertainment is definitely a part of it. Like I would say for somebody like Kanye West, I think that he loves doing his music and everything. I mean, I have to assume that, but I also think he's really big into the entertainment. He loves doing the interviews. He loves being provocative. So there's like that kind of double-edged sword. And I think and now I'll try to draw parallels to Twitch streaming. It's kind of the same on Twitch streaming. Like you talk about how like beefing and shit can ruin your whole life. And Danny's saying, well, if somebody's beefing with you, your real fans shouldn't give a fuck. To some extent, that's true on Twitch. If you look at people that focus on just playing games really well on Twitch, and somebody can step in and correct me if I'm wrong, but like people that play pro games on Twitch and that's all they're known for, these people don't usually beef that much. Like people like Shroud.
Yeah,
people aren't like beefing with fucking Shroud, or people like any like big.
Exactly.
Yeah, like the big like pro player streamers that don't like talk a lot of shit.
That's
or whatever.
just like rap music. The motherfuckers is not as good as what we come here for. So I don't want to say other shit to make people come and watch them.
No, I don't want to say good, because there are people that love that entertainment side of it. Both people in the business and people that just watch, and that's true
I'm saying people that create drama just for viewers.
Sure, yeah, but I mean, like the entertainment is part of it. So like when you're talking about people like Trainwrecks, like not to shit on you and your Call of Duty skills, but people don't watch Trainwrecks just because he's good at games. They watch Trainwrecks because he's in the entertainment side of things. And sometimes like starting shit with people.
No, I totally get that. I totally get that. You have to have some type of personality and have to have a reason for a motherfucker to be entertained by watching you and just not, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but I'm just saying some people roll in that entertainment aspect to what they do, and it becomes and like talking shit and whatnot. Like that's a part of being in that entertainment world.
I get it. I totally understand, because you have some rappers that are amazing at rap music, but then you watch them in interviews and there's nothing else there. So it doesn't
which is fine. That's okay.
That's cool. Get that rap. You don't get wrapped up.
Oh my god, dude!
What they're doing. But
look at No Jumper podcast. No Jumper podcast with half these rappers are like,
I mean, they're all like lean and shit right before they go on.
I made this song and I liked it. Yeah, I guess so. But I was just doing my thing, just getting that money. I was just doing that thing. Yeah. I made that. I don't know when I made that song, but my boys with me and I made this song. I'm like, motherfucker, really? Am I watching this for 90 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
That
actually makes me want to watch it, to be honest.
No, some of it is actually entertaining. I love it, to be honest.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of No Jumper interviews. I try to fast forward the ones.
No Jumper fan.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'll be honest though. I mean, I'm not sure if this is just an effect of grass is greener on the other side. The entertainment business or the entertainment side of things on Twitch, I'm telling you, it is a dying section, specifically because of what we just talked about. It is just, you are like 50 times more likely to get into some sort of bullshit that, ignore the reputational negative effects from it. Just the personal stress of these dramas is so it's so draining. Whereas a gameplay streamer, in my opinion, you sit there, you do your thing, you do what you love. Sure, some days are hard. Sure, some days you just push through like a robot. But in my opinion, it is so much better to stay away from drama and stay away from everything. And like, I'm trying my best.
I think it's growing. Like, honestly, I think personality streaming is growing by a fucking mile. Hell yeah, dude. Think about what happened with YouTube. Like, YouTube used to be huge into gaming. Now all of the big channels are personality driven. Like, nobody wants to watch games anymore. People want to watch drama and, personality driven streams. I think it's much more common now than it used to be. And it's going to be even more the case.
game directors can fucking die, dude.
Bro, League
Well, the thing is that, like,
Think about
narratives
how
on
close
drama,
to
you
where
can sell-
Minecraft was 5 years ago and where Minecraft is now.
I
In terms of,
think-
like game
yeah,
director.
If you want to
You
get,
can sell narratives and shit to fucking anybody. Like anybody can watch two people like beefing and talking shit and get
Yeah,
fucking entertained by
exactly.
that.
They
but
can-
yeah,
yeah,
but
He's
how
gonna sit there-
successful is that? I mean, right now I can ask.
Very.
I can,
What do you mean? How
Yeah.
successful
Okay,
is
then
that?
I'll ask you
Like,
guys I'll ask you guys a
Uh-huh.
question to prove it. Okay, are you ready?
Uh-oh.
No, I'll ask you guys a question to prove it. Are you ready?
Okay.
Name me 15 great gamers on the platform that are in the top 1%. I can name you probably 50 right now.
Great gamers?
Yeah, great gamers in the gaming platform that are 1%. Now, after you do that, name me 15 personalities in the top 1%.
Yeah, but this is a fucking gaming website, and this is like the just chatting in IRL.
That's
So-
what I'm
so
referring
here's
to.
what
I'm
I'm
referring to
saying.
Twitch. I'm not referring
get
to
it.
the
Okay,
world
I
of
know,
the
I
internet.
know you are, but I'm just saying, like we haven't had the
No.
potential.
No,
You
no.
know, if you take these metrics and you do this in like 4 years from now,
Exactly.
and then
It's a
give me the
trend.
numbers, you know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like, I guess I can't see it. I guess all of you are gameplay streamers. I personally, I can't see.
Yeah, I'm a gameplay streamer. I'm better than Shroud.
Now I'm definitely a personality streamer.
Gameplay doesn't
too am
mean
better.
gameplay doesn't mean you have to be pro at it. Gameplay just means the variety of games you play are entertaining to watch. Right? Like Soda Poppin isn't top 1% Shroud, but in my opinion he's a gameplay streamer with a little bit of personality. Like
Soda Poppin is a gameplay streamer?
Yeah,
No,
well, I have
what?
to disagree with that.
Isn't he
one.
literally
Yeah.
like a
No.
variety gamer?
yeah,
He
that's what I'm
started as a
saying.
gameplay
Is
streamer.
variety gaming
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
gameplay?
Okay, I think there's probably a difference in
no.
how we're defining this.
I'm defining gameplay as you're playing a game as for most of your content. That's what that's
Okay,
what I'm
wait.
referring to.
If I
Yeah,
were to go to live stream fails and I were to sort clips of Soda Poppin, it's gonna be because of him like acting like a fucking retard with his maids in his house, not like him like doing some sick move in a video game. Not to shit on Soda playing games. I mean, Chance might be fine, but I'm saying like people watch him because of his personality, 100%.
Yeah,
No,
but he
also,
does play
specifically
games
with
more
live
than the
stream fails.
average person in
He
the
does- he
fucking
plays-
just
dude,
chatting
Soda
category.
Popman's a goddamn dude. He's a machine. The games he gets through, I can't even get through one of the games in the matter of 2 days. This guy's getting through 6 games in 6 hours. Like this guy's a game machine.
Dude, you suck. What more do you can we elaborate on that for
Hey,
you?
listen,
Like,
dude, relax. Okay, relax. Okay, dude. Hey.
Okay.
Relax.
Hey.
I'm picking, bro.
No.
Hey, dude, listen.
No. So I think like we're seeing it right now, and I don't know if is it a product of a lot of the games being bad, or is it a product of
No,
what
it's a
people wanna
product.
see?
No, it's a product that
think
personality streams are more accessible. Like
Wait,
that's
no,
really what it is.
Even broader than that, people love these kinds of narratives. This is like basic human shit. Like, look at
Yeah,
the fucking
true.
Conor McGregor versus Mayweather fight. Do you think that a ton of people just learned about boxing and fucking MMA overnight? No, it's because of like all the shit talking and all the history of McGregor and shit. There's a reason why these types of people are promoted so heavily. People love this shit. It's just like basic
Yeah, they don't
human
even care
nature.
what's happening. They just
Yeah,
care.
people don't. Yeah. People fucking love that shit. That's always going to be like a fundamental aspect of human nature. And it's also something that like artists all the time have to fight. Like, do you stay true to yourself? Do you kind of give into the love of the crowd? Like, this is, I'm sure. Well, I mean, I'm guessing, Danny, at some point in your life, you've had to think on whether you want like a track on an album or something that you like more, but something you think would play better to an audience or whatever. Have you ever had to make these decisions before?
Yeah, but I just usually go with my gut. I don't care what other people gonna think.
Do you ever get like pressure from like your label or anything? Or
I mean, yeah. I'm going through that now, actually.
Yeah.
Well,
But it's all good. Sometimes you gotta listen to outside opinions. Sometimes they're more right than you.
Mm-hmm.
So
To-
I take everything with a grain of salt. So
to make a distinction to my definition of gameplay versus personality, I want to ask you, Asmund, do you see? I'll just, instead of asking, I'll just tell you. I see you as a gameplay. I see you as a gameplay streamer.
I don't.
See, then that's why our definitions are completely different. Then that's why we have a disagreement. I personally see Triax gameplay, Dom gameplay, Asmund gameplay, SFan gameplay, Destiny gameplay, podcast argumentative. Like that's what I see it as. I don't.
Wait, hold on. I'm like, wait, of all these other people, I was like the only one that was like fucking. Well, I don't know actually. Wait, that's not true. Asma, were you
No,
like
that
pro?
is true.
Were you like pro WoW or whatever? Were you a professional like?
You don't need to be a pro to be a
no, dude.
gameplay streamer. Though.
Okay, well,
I mean, I was.
fuck. If anybody's a
used
gameplay
to be
streamer, I started
pretty
out
good
like,
at the game. Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
be good at the game, but I mean, like,
fuck.
who cares? Like, nobody cares about that.
But that's like true. That's like the measure. Like, for instance, like if Asmongold were to like
do like try to make like a world first run and his team got like 1000th place, do you think Asmon is losing half of his viewers because of that?
No, I
No,
think
No,
he'd gain more.
Yeah. So he's not like a gameplay
They
streamer.
don't want to see the meltdown.
Yeah,
It's
people
all,
don't watch
it's all
Asmon
about
just for
semantics.
gameplay.
It's all about how you want to label people, right? Asmongold is watched more for his personality, but the
I agree
actual
with that.
content is more game based. You know,
Yes, I
so it's just all about how
If
you
you
want to
want-
label.
Oh,
it.
if you want to see this like played out, and I'm not going to name names because it's really rude, but especially like in the League of Legends scene, you can find people that were massive, or it happened in my scene with StarCraft. You can find people that were massive players of League that kind of quit playing the game and tried to move to variety streaming, that went from getting 5-digit viewers to like 5-figure viewers to 3-figure viewers because people didn't watch them for their personality. They just wanted to watch them be really good at a particular game.
Well, it's not about okay. So what
So here's an example, right,
Okay,
Train? And
yeah.
like, so I accidentally left up an overlay that covered my entire gameplay screen today for about 20 minutes, and my viewers went up the entire time. And somebody only told me about it whenever they were mentioning. They're like, "See, this is why nobody cares about the gameplay." And I actually really kind of simultaneously felt good and bad about that. And that's basically what happens. I mean, like, I don't feel like at all.
I want to
clarify.
clarify.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like listen. Your entertainment value. You're obviously a personality streamer. What I mean by gameplay streamer is, what do people like? What do you stream that
I'm more of a
No,
gameplay
stop.
streamer than
It's what do people watch you for? That's the question. It's not what you stream. Like, look at Tyler 1. Tyler 1 is like a personality. That would be his big thing, but he streams fucking gameplay. He gets less viewers playing fucking League than he does when he does his like crazy ass fucking variety shit. Like, people watch him for his personality. It's not like just like that. Like the fame part is loving somebody's personality. Like, that's the thing that really takes off and sets you apart from other people on Twitch. Being just good at a game and being a focused gameplay streamer that people watch because of your gameplay, I think that's a way more niche area.
Okay.
Asmon, do you
I agree.
That's
do you
fair.
ever do full days without playing any games or no?
You mean like on my stream?
Yeah.
I've actually thought about that, but I haven't
You haven't done it yet?
I
Dude,
want to start doing
I
it
gotta
because,
say,
like, yeah,
if I have any argument, it's the whole XQC effect of him being banned in Overwatch. And I know you guys are completely different human beings, but I think you're both like big characters and stuff. And just seeing how much fun he had just kind of getting out of his main game, you already have the proof in the pudding that it will do well. So I feel like
I don't know. Like, everybody tells me it'll do well. I'll believe it whenever I see it. I mean,
you
I'm
already
always a very
saw it. You covered
skeptical.
up your gameplay and your viewers.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like a one-time thing. Like, if I do that every day, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? Like, it's more to it than that.
I'm not saying do it every day, but
And on
have
top
some
of that,
fun.
Andy, to make a clear distinction, and you know, my opinions may not be the popular vote, but to be completely honest, a lot of the XQC effect, like XQC is a great streamer. He has everything, right? Kind of like Asmongold, and I think that's why the most successful streamers on Twitch, they have everything, right? They have the gameplay and they have the personality. But those are the most successful. Asmon has that. XQC has that, right? But you're going to average out. I really believe the first couple days, you can't judge someone being successful off the first week or 2 weeks. You judge it in the third month. Is the variety game in the third month going to wield the 35K viewers or 25K viewers? You have to wait for the third month to really see, right? Like,
that's why you don't have to do a 180. You don't have to be like, oh yeah, that would variety once a week. You know what I mean? See how it feels.
Well, I'll see how it goes. Like, I'll play it by ear.
Yeah.
You know, if people want to see it a lot,
Exactly.
then I might do it a lot. But I don't think I'm ever going to quit playing WoW either. You know?
Yeah, you're
I mean,
not
it just
pulling a
depends on what's
band-aid
gonna
off
happen.
and just
Yeah.
switching it. You're just like throwing one thing into the mix and seeing how.
Let me ask you a question about the WoW thing, because I'm kind of in this natural transition myself here, because I end up finding like I'm kind of like I play Mario
Don't
Maker,
play
right?
it.
Right. No. It's
Okay.
not about that. It's about the fact that I imagine you're playing WoW, but you kind of like tab out and talk to chat, or you tab out and watch a video, or you tab out and
It's more
monologue
like
about
I
something.
tab in to play WoW.
Yeah, right. Okay, WoW's
Okay.
there, but it's idle most of the time, which is like usually interacting with chat a lot of times. I used to play Mario Maker and explicitly want to like play for the hard ass levels now, but you know, here we are, year 3. I don't even fucking know, 10,000 hours later. I'm so jaded on that now that I'll typically like play it, but like barely. Like I have it on mute, and I'll usually watch like a YouTube video or whatever, and then talk about that for an extended period of time. So I'm kind of finding this like it's becoming more of my Minecraft game where I can just like be in there, but I'm playing a game, but I'm barely doing a game. I'm like selling a personality at large for an extended period of time. Do you find that's what you're doing well? Right? You just
I mean, the thing is that like there's a million other WoW streams and all of them hover around like 1,000 to 2,000 viewers, and the rest of them, and that's like those are the successful ones, and the other ones are struggling to get like 500 because nobody cares about the content in the game. And whenever the game first comes out, obviously people want to see it, but it's like the 15th week that some bit of content's been out, nobody cares about you doing it for the 15th time. I mean, that's just the way that it is. You have to make people, deliver new content, make things exciting and in a new way. And I think that's really the difficulty with like streaming a game like WoW, because whenever you compare WoW to something like Fortnite or like League of Legends, one thing that's unique about WoW, or at least like unless you're doing arena or something, is that you're playing against it's a PvE game, right? You're not playing against other people, so you don't really have that dynamic nature of PvP involved with it. And for me personally, I think it's much more sustainable to be a personality streamer than be a gameplay streamer because of what Destiny said as an example.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like what you do is actually like what you do, like the fact you can make WoW fun. No offense to WoW, but the fact you can make WoW fun is obviously a reflection of your personality and who you are. Like that's the biggest thing, and I think that's like your personality is obviously what makes World of Warcraft fun and great.
He's gonna disagree with that.
I think WoW's dog shit. I think it's dying.
Well, what I'm saying is it's much more than that. Yeah, I think it's dog shit too, but like if you look at the content that I have, right, the transmog competitions, the mount offs, the DPS competitions, the transmog ones, obviously I basically just iterated on something that somebody already did. But with a lot of these other cases, I've actually basically invented this content for the game. So I'm not even playing through the game in the traditional way. Like I've invented content that engages viewers in a unique way on Twitch without necessarily using the game content that Blizzard originally had. And that's why I think that, I've seen success in ways that a lot of other people haven't.
After hearing what you just said, I think it was actually my ignorance and my skewed view. I think the way I was like perceiving what section or what part someone was in, whether it was personality or gaming, was the section they were in. I think that was my skewed view, right? Yeah. In my eyes, a personality streamer is going to be in the just chatting section. A gameplay streamer, which is dependent on the game, will be in their game section. That's the way I looked at it, and obviously now through you explaining it, it was just it was an ignorant view I had. But,
I would consider
that makes complete sense.
Yeah, I would consider like the overwhelming majority of people that like we have come on the podcast to be like personality streamers.
Well, why would we have a gameplay streamer come on the podcast? Like this is something that's like talking, right?
Well, I mean, you could have them come on because it's like an opportunity for them to like express their opinions on something. Whereas normally, like when they're streaming, they're just playing the game, right? People are watching them play the game. It's like, oh, that's interesting. Like I didn't.
So niche though, and also it's worrisome too because they can give incredibly dry answers. Yeah. Like what's your take on patch 1.1.3?
We'll see what happens.
And that's it. Like they'll give you like you get them on for their big like chance like monologue card. It's like
that's good.
What do you guys think would be the difference? I've kind of gave this as a topic before, but like, see, it's called the Scuffed podcast, but we do have specific topics and we do go back and forth on them and kind of like, give our own 2 cents. What do you think about the same exact setup with 0 topics, way more loose? The conversations can go obviously
so that's
anywhere.
What's gonna happen. So we have that every single time that I go over to Train's house, and it goes until about 3:30 in the morning, and it goes to SJWs and censorship for like 4 hours.
Yeah, and also
every stream.
Yes, and also on top of that, the Scuff podcast started that way. And maybe it's one of my flaws to kind of allow myself to be molded by opinions on my Reddit and livestream fail. But you have to understand, this started as that. And guess what? It was nonstop hate threads on what I should do to make it better. And this is the outcome of what that was, the mold by the community what they wanted. So sure, in a hypothetical sense, I'm sure right now they'd agree with you as well. But that's what this was, and they all complained.
No, but I'm not arguing one or the other. I'm not saying one's better. I'm asking your opinion on what do you think, like. Do you think the content would be more fun if all of us were just bullshitting and we could talk about some serious things, but we could talk about complete bullshit, riffing, funny shit?
All right, so here's what I think is that I think the best podcasts and the best like content this way, the best content that I see is whenever you have a plan and people don't even know it.
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. And like instead of like moving and like just moving I guess strictly from topic to topic, you kind of let the conversation take its own turn. And this is like what I do with my streams is I go on my streams sometimes with a plan of what I'm going to do. But then if like let's say some cool new thing happens or some patch comes out or some video happens, I change everything up and I go with that. And I think that being able to have a format that you're working with while being agile enough to be able to change that format on the fly based off of the way the conversation is going. That's really where you see the best content come out of. And I think we've had a number of good examples of that. I think the best one, Tyler, that we can think of is whenever you brought Pokemon on. That was completely out of nowhere. And like that was some of the best content we had.
Yeah.
And so like being able to improvise quality content is what really matters.
The problem is it's tough. It's tough. Yeah. That was a very fun podcast. That was crazy. That was actually very fun. It's great. And listen, next week, listen to those of you on right now and to the people in chat. Listen, next week, I want to leak it so bad. I want to leak it. I'm not going to.
What?
I want to leak it, but I don't want to. I don't want
leak
to.
What?
The cast for the special guest for next week, and obviously
type it in the chat. Wait,
don't leak it.
He knows it. This guy knows it.
I can't, dude. Just trust me. It's going to be very, very good, and it's going to be I think it's going to be unexpected. And obviously, Danny, if you'd like to join us, you're always welcome. You've actually, dude, you've been fucking like honestly. I feel like I'm talking to one of my boys. Like that's what I love about you the most.
Likewise, I fuck with y'all, man. Yeah, I definitely. If I'm not doing nothing, I definitely pop up.
All right, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, let's move to the next topic here. Yeah,
I'm down with a reoccurring act. You feel me?
Fuck yeah, I'm down too, dude. Hell yeah, great. That's awesome. So the next topic, a little bit more fun. Okay, a little bit more fun, maybe a little inappropriate. So if you're young, please put your earmuffs on, and if you're very sensitive, please leave my stream. I'd rather you do that than make some hate post. Anyways, so. Let me open my notepad here. I actually copy and pasted it. It's a viewer question, okay? I'm sure if I checked this guy's logs, he probably wouldn't be the most upstanding citizen. But first time, so age you lost your virginity, and what best and worst purchase you made, and if you had to, okay, so best and worst purchase you had made, best and worst purchase you've made in the area of sex, and age you lost your virginity, and whether it was awkward or fluid or normal, or it was someone with someone you loved, or a one-time thing. It's a viewer question.
Going around in a circle.
Yeah, I promised 2 viewer questions. Okay, this is the second viewer question. I wanted to be a little bit more open on this one. The other one was more serious. It was toward Danny. This one, I think I'm a little fun. It's a little awkward me asking, but hey, I'm doing it.
It's fine.
Let's start with me.
All right,
let's go with Asmund.
Money, and the best money I spent was buying her Dairy Queen before she came over to the house.
Host,
there it is, dude.
Go ahead. Wait, repeat that.
I said the best money that I had spent was buying her Dairy Queen before I took her to the house, because we went to community college.
Really? And you're 20?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Very good experience. Dom, what about you, dude? In the League of Legends, Dom.
So I've lost my virginity 16. My girlfriend, it was pretty boring, like we worked towards it, that type of thing. Best purchase I ever made was a sex pillow. I'm telling you, these things are great. Like, not like now you don't have sex with a pillow. Like, it's a pillow that you use to like elevate the girl. Like, you like have them like lay on it, and it elevates their like pelvis up, so you have like a better angle. I'm telling you, that's fire. Worst purchase I got like some sex chocolates once. These were fucking terrible, bro. Like these were fucking terrible. They made your like heart go all fast, like you feel like sick having sex. Like it's supposed to like like hype you up or some shit. Don't fucking trust any of that shit. Like fucking
sex chocolates, huh?
Sex chocolates, terrible. Not an advocate.
S-Man, what about you, dude?
Virgin. I'm saving myself for classic. And good point. Best purchase. Wait, best purchase or worst purchase?
Both.
Best purchase. 12-inch dildo that had a suction cup on it. Worst purchase, 12-inch dildo that did not have a suction cup on it.
All right, Danny, your turn.
I lost my virginity at 13, and I guess the best purchase is probably my worst purchase. It's you balling out like being in Vegas and shit. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck some bitches and shit. and you get like 3 prostitutes or something, like you get 3 of them at the same time. Can't nobody fuck 3 bitches, man. You think you want all them hoes until you get them. You get what I'm saying? And then you got one of them like, I want some dick. Then that motherfucker ain't getting hard. We done did too much, and then shit, gummy worm. So yes, it was the best purchase because it was lit, but it was the worst purchase because I couldn't perform.
Yeah. At least you can tell people about that.
No. Oh, you're a god, dude. Yeah, Destiny, dude. And don't
I don't want to fucking follow that up. Ask fucking Trihex. Fuck.
why Trihex?
Yo, what's up?
I don't care. Don't ask fucking me. I'm not following up 13-year-old
Trihex.
fucking prostitutes
The
in Vegas.
question
What the
is-
fuck?
Age you lost your virginity, best and worst purchase you made that had to do with anything sexual.
Oh shit. Okay. Virginity lost, age 22, and then I can't think of too many things I bought sexual, but I guess you know what the Tenga is, the Tengra, that's the name, the
Yeah.
Pocket pussy,
the
yeah.
Japanese brand like super pocket pussy thing that you can fuck, the Ona hole or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is, whenever I caved in and got one, I think I was 21 because I was like, oh my god, whatever. The idea I could have bought it way sooner, right? But I didn't buy it because I thought if I get this enhanced masturbation tool, then I'll be less motivated to get laid. Was my idea, so I held off for a very, very long time. Not really a regret, just more like whenever I had it or whatever, it was like, oh my god, fuck, this thing is like gonna cause me to never get laid now because fuck. So that was the idea anyway.
Yo, I'm staring at Danny's face, dude, doing that whole story. I am just dead.
Hold on.
No,
I was 11th grade, but I stayed back. But also my best sex purchase, I'm gonna show you right now.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
Wait.
Can I get it?
You
Is
can't
it
show.
TOS?
Nah, man.
You can't show a dildo. You can't show a dildo on stream.
Don't you go get
I don't know
a man,
fucking
man.
dildo.
Or,
I'm
I
not
meant a
gay,
pocket
dude.
pussy. Or a pocket pussy. I meant.
Wait, you can't?
No, you can't show a
Okay,
pocket pussy.
I'll
You
get
cannot.
it. My best purchase. Well, there was 2 things because when I was in high school, my memories were really good. I bought these things called nipple lickums. They're pina colada flavored, and you put them on girls'
Y'all
skin. And
niggas
you, like,
is
suck on 'em.
freaky over here, man.
Bro. So yeah, the nipple lickums. Also, I really love fleshlights, and I really refuse to jerk off with my hand anymore because fleshlights are so much better. It's
Y'all niggas are some freaks.
And also, I had a $5,000 sex doll that I got for free. I went to the company. They make real dolls. They're the dolls from the Howard Stern show. And I drove to the factory where they had a bunch of just fake bitches on hooks, and you just pick one out. And they weigh like 125 pounds.
God damn.
And I convinced the company to give me a free $5,000 one because I was going to shoot some videos. And I was like, yeah, I'll promote you. I'll put your fucking link in my fucking description.
Is the
gave
bitch
me
warm,
$5,000.
though? Is the bitch warm?
I mean, she's warm if you warm her up. You
I ain't
gotta
trying to
warm her
put no
up.
cold bitches, man.
Put it in the microwave.
Is the
Yo.
bitch warm? You just fuck. That's like.
Listen, Danny, I took this $5,000 sex doll that looks real. Can you pull up a picture of it, Train?
What's it called, dude? What's it called?
It's called the real doll. And I took this bitch down the fucking boardwalk on Venice Beach in a fucking wheelchair, and it had little kids like looking at her and petting her hair and stuff.
Oh,
And,
This shit's insane, dude. Okay, look, there's just naked. It's all naked shit. Like, give me wait, can I show a doll's tits or is that TOS?
No.
That's
I
too crazy.
wouldn't.
Just
We
try it,
all know.
Train. See what happens.
We all know what a doll looks like, man. We don't have to.
No,
don't do
I
it.
got something
Don't do
better.
it.
Wait. I got something better.
Okay.
I got an actual video of it because I forgot. I made the video in Venice Beach, so you could show like 2 seconds of it.
Well, is there? Just show it on your screen. Like show it on your actually fuck it.
No, just pull
There's
it
gonna
up.
be a video of you like fucking the doll. What the fuck kind of video are you?
Yeah,
dude.
man, come on.
Here, I'm linking it
Look,
in
I put
chat.
this on
Click on it.
Kazaa.
Go to 15 seconds in. I put her dressed up so I didn't get striked on YouTube. So she's not naked at all in it.
Oh, yeah, I see that, dude. I see that.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So pull that shit up, dude.
Wait, you lied. This says $7,000 girlfriend, dude. You hyped it up for YouTube.
Oh, maybe it was 7,000. I
You
forget.
put taxes on it.
Tax on that.
He just went for that clickbait, dude. He went for the clickbait on it.
He put the taxes. I ain't gonna lie, I hit it.
Okay.
She got it tight.
It says Destiny next to it.
Video is so funny.
Wait, yo, I gotta fucking. You know how the tattoo and
I don't like where my name is. Can you turn off the overlay shit? I'm feeling a little fucking creeped out. I'm not liking this.
Are you
I'm not
playing
feeling
it
comfortable with this.
on her ass.
Dude, Destiny's a weird boy.
Okay, so I got the tattoo from a Toy Story. You know how
Jesus.
you know how Toy Story.
Wait, bad in the
Oh my God, let me talk.
What
You know
that
how
ass
Toy
look like?
Oh my God, motherfucker. You know.
Yeah, like S-Fan TV.
Wait, we gotta play the rest, dude. The best
you
part
want the
is
rest?
gonna happen. The
Yeah,
Toy
you haven't even
Story.
started fucking it yet, dude. And she gives head. Fuck.
God, I can't even speak.
Sorry.
You know the tattoo of Toy Story? He had Andy on the shoe. So I tattooed her with Andy on her ass.
It's gonna be okay.
Oh my god.
Wait, is this so weird? I feel like it wouldn't smell good.
No,
Okay, bro, relax, Andy. Okay, dude, I'm on a tight line, dude. They want me off their platform. This is not what I need, dude. They're waiting for any excuse. Okay, relax, dude.
I'll take
This is
the heat
crazy.
for it. I'll take the
is
heat
crazy.
for
You
it.
know what's that on the ocean? Yes. Let's get a hot dog.
Oh yeah, I think I share a hot dog with her too.
Wait, which? Okay, all right.
Okay, dude, I'm done. I'm done.
I love how you have people in the back of their head.
No. Oh no.
Oh my God.
I guess it's my best sex
Oh
for
my
this.
God. That's amazing.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Oh, dude, give him the old Lady in the Tramp.
Yeah, I got it. Especially with a wiener.
I don't know what to say, man. I'm lost for words.
That was definitely hilarious, dude. Shoving the hot dog in the mouth is just
Thanks.
lost me at that
Fuck.
one. That's
I gotta go to
hilarious.
sleep after that, man.
That's fucking good. Yeah, I think we're about done. Let's wrap up with one quick little boys topic, and let's wrap this up. I mean, we went through all my designated things, and we can wrap this up. Any of you want to bring up a nice topic you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up?
Let's talk about Christmas plans.
Yeah.
All right, Christmas plans, and we'll wrap it up. Who wants to start?
Christmas plans.
I'm going to celebrate it.
Yeah, that's about it. I just know I gotta buy a lot of shit. Fuck, I gotta spend money. That's what I know.
Wait, no, stop. Everyone pause. Holy shit, chat, thank you
for
so
Christmas?
much. Chat,
What are we
thank you
doing for
so
Christmas?
much.
Wait,
no,
wait.
Hey, Destiny.
No, what was that guy gonna do for Christmas? You
Hey,
fucking cut him off, dude.
Destiny, when did you lose
You
your
fucking
virginity?
cut the guy off. What the
When did you
fuck?
lose your virginity?
I
And-
wanted to hear his Christmas plans. Fuck. I should have followed fucking Danny the prostitute fucker. Damn.
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
Hey,
I was
man.
like 16 or 17 with my first serious girlfriend. The best purchase I've ever made is probably a Hitachi. Those things are fucking insane. And then the worst would be the those like
That was a
ice.
back massager.
No.
I thought a Hitachi
But,
was for the female or for the vaginal.
Yeah. For
I
the
thought that
girl
was
or
a
whatever.
TV.
I've never bought a six pack for myself. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it'd be very satisfying.
It is.
And then the worst is the those like I don't know what they're called, but they're like cool sensation condoms or whatever. I don't know. I
Oh, they're
tried those
called.
ones.
Oh no, it's
Oh,
Fire and Ice.
Icy hot
Fire and
condoms.
Ice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Fire and Ice.
Fire and Ice.
We
I think
tried
it's called
those, and it
Ice
felt
Pops.
like an infection for both of us. It was the worst experience of my life.
Yeah,
God
those
damn.
fucking suck, dude.
I agree. My experience, I lost mine at 13 to my girlfriend of 3 months, and
Nice.
yeah, her mom. I lived in Arizona at the time, and her mom, she was the kind of mom that didn't give a fuck. Like she was the kind of mom that like would buy her daughter like things that she wasn't. I don't want to get into it. I don't know what I can and can't.
I know
say.
what you're talking about. I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Spoon.
So her mom like checked us out of school. So like basically like my parents like put her name on the list, and I was allowed to get checked out in the school by her. So we got checked out, me and her, and on a school day we went to the movie theaters, and this girl, she knew a spot in the movie theater where there's a handicap section that goes higher and there's more room, and it was
A handicap, you say?
it was a quick. I remember it very clearly. It was, raw dogged it. It was on off. I'm talking 1 second, like no exaggeration. 1 second on, 1 second off. 1 second on, 1 second off. I was going in. It was great. It was fun. Best purchase. Best purchase. Shit. I don't really have any best sexual purchases. I mean, there's memes I can go into. I mean, you know, I could say, you know,
You bought some bras?
Yeah,
one.
I can go into some
Premium
memes, but
Snapchat.
hey, listen,
Give it up. Brain, whose Snapchat did you get?
Hey, worst purchase, the same thing as my best purchase. And yep, that's about it. Anyways, let's go. Let's go Christmas stories. Let's go Christmas stories. Danny, what about you? Any Christmas stories? I mean, do we want to do Christmas stories as the last topic to say goodbye? Is this a good topic, you think, or should we do something more boys?
I know. I celebrate Kwanzaa.
Oh,
Kwanzaa? Okay.
Right.
Wait, is Kwanzaa Jewish?
Got him.
Is Kwanzaa Jewish? What's Kwanzaa?
I can't really.
It's Kwanzaa Jewish. What the fuck?
I celebrate Kwanzaa.
Is Kwanzaa Jewish? Boy,
That's about as far from like a Jewish holiday.
Wait, what's
Kwanzaa Jew?
Is Kwanzaa like?
Kwanzaa's about as Jewish as foreskins are, I guess.
No, I'm being serious. What religion is Kwanzaa?
Black people.
Oh,
Is black people a
said it.
religion?
He said it.
you don't know? Okay, so what's Hanukkah to you? Then?
Hanukkah's Jewish.
No, I know what it is. I wanted to ask Train.
I thought Kwanzaa was like the pre to Hanukkah, like you know, 9 days of Kwanzaa and then the final day of Hanukkah. That's what I
Oh
thought.
my
You thought like
Quit
you
while
thought
you're
like
ahead,
Bulbasaur was Hanukkah and Venusaur was Kwanzaa? Like
No,
super,
I thought
super
Kwanzaa
Hanukkah?
was like Kwanzaa were the days leading up to Hanukkah.
No.
That's what I thought, dude.
I think we need. We gonna get in trouble.
Oh shit, dude, that's bad.
One has candles, the other has more candles, right? Is that
Hey,
how
they
it
both
works?
had candles. That's the way I saw it, dude. That's fun.
One got a dreidel.
Dreidel's the Jewish one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
I know about dreidels.
Hey, dreidel. I put
Wait.
it on my wall. Dreidel.
Wait,
dreidel,
speaking
dreidel.
Wait, speaking
I
of
made it out of
Kwanzaa and
clay.
Hanukkah, Drake probably celebrates both because he's Jewish and black.
Yeah. Man, I don't know no black people that
Kwanzaa.
celebrate Kwanzaa. I was just joking.
Yeah. Every
I'm
black
sure.
person I know celebrates Christmas.
Hell yeah. But I'm just saying, you know, Kwanzaa seems like it's kind of tight. Put some African garms on, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, I gotta bring up here. So when I grew up in Orlando, Florida, and the one kid I knew who did Kwanzaa, when he heard about what we get for Christmas and shit, like, cause this was like what?
So
like
you don't
second
get
grade?
shit for Christmas on
Dude,
Kwanzaa?
no, yeah, he was mad. He was like, wait, you got to say the Jew? I didn't get no fucking
I can
thing.
say it. I can say it.
I want to change it. I want to be your religion. Fuck this
I
shit.
can say it, 'cause that's what black people shit. We don't want to
Dude,
buy
he was so
nobody
mad.
shit on no day. Fuck that.
When he found out that everyone else got like bikes and Sega Genesis and Nintendo
like,
and shit, he
what?
was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?"
I celebrate Kwanzaa.
Dude, fuck that. The
think he was-
Jehovah Witness, that's what you have to really feel sorry for.
Oh yeah, they don't do
That
shit.
live-
They don't.
that-
I had a homie that was Jehovah's
live-
Witness. That,
Yeah, they lived in my block, and I just felt so bad because they were young too. You know, they were like 9, 10 years time, and I felt so fucking bad because of like how much I loved Christmas and waking up to all the presents and shit. I felt so sorry for those kids, dude.
I mean, man.
Wait, all right, quick question here. All right, those of y'all who are I don't want to say getting Christmas shopping, but just like getting shit for your loved ones for the day, right? Just keep it like vague here. Anyone here started shopping yet? I feel bad. I didn't do shit for Black
No,
Friday. I didn't buy anything. I still gotta
swear to
figure out the
God.
fuck I'm doing. I'm a
No.
lazy fuck this year, dude. I'm terrible.
My last
I-
Christmases, I do all that shit the week of. I just order all this shit.
I do it the day of.
I do it the
Amazon,
week of, I
baby.
swear.
I
Amazon.
do it
just-
I do 1 week before.
maybe like a week before. I just,
So no one started yet. No one.
No. I don't know.
Dude, I'm still behind on wedding.
I did.
I'm still behind on wedding gifts from last month, dude. I'm still trying to find one on Amazon. I was talking to Danny about it earlier. Like, it's not good. It's not good.
My
yeah.
cuts out sometimes. Oh shit!
what do
Maybe
you
because I took
guys-
the cloud lifter off.
Or what are you guys planning on getting your parents, if anything?
Technology, like
I bought my
laptop.
mama a house. I gotta pay her bills. That's I gotta pay her light bill.
You got her enough.
I ain't no. I gotta buy nephews and nieces Christmas gifts. That's what I do. I don't buy grown ups no Christmas gifts. I do it for
I
kids.
just I go ham. I my godchildren. I go ham. I give them because
Yeah,
they all
that's what I'm
make like
saying. I
honor
don't
roll
buy
and
shit
shit.
for grown ups.
Yeah,
I
grown ups.
might have a drink with you. I'll buy you a drink or something. You know what I'm saying? But if you got kids, I buy something for your kids. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first this is like the first Christmas that I'm gonna be able to like actually like I don't know, like legitimately like afford anything that's like nice for my parents. So I'm trying to do that, I guess.
Yeah, I love I
Yeah.
love giving like dope gifts to my parents after like I got to be a little brat, get all the new video games. Then now I'm in a position to like get them dope stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels way more fun giving now than getting, and like
Oh,
I just
dude,
got
flexing
to
is the
fool my
best,
fam.
dude.
I don't get
Yeah.
shit for Christmas, man. Shit. I ain't got
I'll
a
buy
gift.
you a
I don't know
Christmas
how long.
present, brother. I don't buy you a
Hook me
video
up.
game on Steam, all
Hook
right?
me
Oh,
up.
wait,
Hell yeah.
I gotta tell you, all right. Andy has a great point here because when you can flex and give your parents or whoever like a sick ass gift, like I remember in 2015 when I had a 65-inch TV I was giving my mom for Christmas because I was like, I was like, I'm feeling good or whatever. And I remember trolling the fuck out of her. I remember walking in the house and just being like a complete dick and being like, "Man, you ain't made no French toast yet, man. What's going on, man? I'm fucking hungry and shit." And then I'm like, "Hey, man, look, you need to grab your shit you forgot your shit at my house in a Tupperware or whatever, right? Like, you need to go in my car and grab it when we get a chance." He's like, "Man, why you being such an attitude right now?" And then like, just to get her to go out there because when she went out there, like I was stunned. I had the fucking. Like I had the fucking back door open, the TV barely fit in the fucking car. She's all like, "Oh my god!" Because I was being a dick to her the entire time, and then she went out there thinking I was mouthing off to her, and it was like,
I have a good idea. I have a good idea for the boys here. What if we all did Secret Santas for each other?
That would be cool, especially if we opened them all on the podcast.
Yeah, on the podcast. Are you guys down for do that? This 8th right here.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, I'm
down.
down.
You gotta make a cap though. You gotta like say like top $20, top $50,
top 100.
$30 cap.
Just no fleshlights and shit.
Trent's gonna get somebody an iPhone.
Yo, $30.
Trent's gonna get somebody an iPhone.
30 bucks or
toys
free
left,
if you know what I mean, yo. If it's free, then it can be of any value, right? But 30
How
bucks.
about this? Because I mean, are we gonna just like sit by and get like the worst jokey gifts ever? Are we gonna do something
that's the problem,
real?
right? It's like
That's the problem.
Do real shit, do cool shit.
We're grown as hell. We gotta buy shit for kids, man. We need to get some cool shit. Buy some cool shit, man.
$50.
Okay,
cap.
$50, then $50 cap. I'll make this group just us 8 so we can do addresses or PO box, and we'll do the Secret Santas and we'll get it done. That sounds like a great idea.
And we also have to pick in a hat. We don't get to choose who we buy for.
Yeah, I will pick it. I will pick it in a hat. Podcast, the next week's podcast, I'll pick these names out of a hat, and we'll choose.
Okay, sounds
cool.
good.
Okay, well,
now
here's the thing.
Sounds great.
Here's the thing. If somebody is not on, we'll figure out the details.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll figure that out. Anyways, last question I have right here. So
that was the last question.
During Christmas, this is regarding Christmas.
A continuation. Okay.
During Christmas, my parents, like, there's this really special thing that I was really obsessed with. It was this magical thing for me, okay? It was a bell. A small bell. I can hear myself through someone's echo, by the way. It was a small bell that would hang on the Christmas tree as an ornament, okay? Now, my parents told me on Christmas, the bell changes from gold to silver, okay? And every Christmas it did. Is this a special kind of bell that changes to, like, room temperature, or did they just swap the bells out?
They switched it.
Definitely swapped
No. No, I think
it was the magic of Jesus.
I'm actually being serious. I know a lot of people think I'm trolling. I'm actually being serious because, like,
no, that's dope. But I think they swapped that shit.
I think you're being serious, but I think they swapped it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
because I've heard of changing bell colors. Like I've heard of like if you like put it out long enough out of the box, it will change colors overnight. So I wasn't sure if it was one of those or if it was a swap.
That was cool. They just made up a different random thing that was cliche Christmas for you. That's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, they were great parents. Hearts in chat for every good parent in chat. And for those of you that don't have parents, listen, you have them right here on this podcast. Right here. We're your boys. All right. We got you guys. But anyways,
we're not paying any child support. Fuck that.
Dude, I didn't have shit like that, but my mother was like, she had to deal with a lot. I would be the fucking craziest kid on Christmas. I would wake up at fucking 4 a.m, and long as I saw the presents were under the tree, as long as they were already there, to me that gave me fucking total carte blanche to like fucking wake my mom up and be like, Santa came, he already came.
Oh,
and she's like,
God.
oh my God, just go back to sleep because we gotta open them together. And I'm like, yeah, but he already came. And like, dude, I don't know, my nostalgic memories for how like amazing and special Christmas was. I still like get in the Christmas spirit. I still like, even though I know in my smart brain, I know holidays are complete bullshit. But in my nostalgic like child brain, I'm just like, damn man, this shit was such a good time in my life, and it
Christmas
just like
was the
I
best.
still
I agree.
I still get in the mood for Christmas, and I'm still getting hyped on it. You know.
All I want for Christmas, to be honest, is just have you guys heard of Ninja?
Yeah, I love Ninja.
Have you heard of that thing that's above him to the right corner?
Fortnite?
A Red Bull sponsorship?
No. It's called Twitch Prime.
Oh shit.
It's called Twitch Prime, and I feel like we've had a great podcast here. Dom, you'll be surprised. In T1's chat, we got 1,000. We got 1,000 Twitch Primes. In this chat, 0, dude. That's how it works. I'm just memed. It's just a meme. They're all gonna say no, thank you, smiley face, all of them. Hey, yo, boys, Twitch Prime tier 1 for the best content. Next week we have amazing guests. Triax, I think you wanted to say something, and we'll end it at that.
I'll give you my Twitch Prime. How about that, dude?
Fucking love you,
Right
dude.
now, dude.
I fucking love you. Thank you.
Wait.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you, dude. Yo, you know what, dude? You know what I'm gonna do? Wait, no, I'm already subbed to you. Never mind.
Hey,
Hey,
good shit.
I
Good
got you.
shit.
Triax, were you gonna say something?
So yeah, there's a fuck. What was I gonna say now about this? So Andy brings up the Santa Claus thing. I think this is probably better for a Christmas week episode or whatever. But there's like 2 things I can follow up here to wrap it up here. First thing first is if you want to drop this question, we can save it for Christmas week. One, how long did you believe, if you had Santa as a thing, whatever, how long did y'all believe Santa was real? And then when did you reveal and or let it slip that you, because I found out, I believed in Santa until I was 8 years old, but I didn't reveal that I didn't know he wasn't real until like age 10, because I was like, well, I want this from Santa. I want this from you and Dad. And it was like double the gifts or whatever.
I still believe in Santa.
So
For me, I was 4 years old,
Go ahead.
and I just got, dude, I got told because I went to school with like a lot of Jewish kids, right? And I believed in Santa, and one of them was salty, and they hit me with it when I was 4 years old, and I went back immediately, just told my mom, "Hey, what the fuck? Like, is Santa not real?" And she just told me straight up, just like straight to my face, like, "Nope, it's not." Like just right there, just fucking ruined my life.
Went up and shit on all of them for celebrating Kwanzaa, dude.
Yeah, I believed in Santa until like 15,
9
Easter
days
Bunny
of fucking
17.
Kwanzaa.
Hey, that's what it was. But I think Danny, myself, Destiny, and Estan talked about this earlier as the beginning, actually, for the Christmas thing. But yeah, that's crazy.
I'm sorry,
So 4
okay.
years old, you got reality checked, huh? No Santa.
Yeah, I got
Claus.
reality check, dude.
Dude,
I
used
was
to-
upset. I was like, well, Christmas is a better holiday anyway, so fuck y'all.
I used to love leaving the cookies under the tree with the milk and coming back with the milk empty and the one cookie left
One
that's
bite
half
at a
eaten.
time.
Dude,
Half eaten, yeah.
Yeah,
They
that
fucked
was
with you
the
like
best,
that.
It's
dude.
like why
Positive
is the only
vibes.
eating half of it?
Yo, guys, thanks for the subs. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. The
Yo,
podcast is
I
great.
remember the kids that ruined Christmas for me who told me he was fake, and I had to really question myself, and I argued with them, and I'm like, no, what are you talking about? He's real. And like I just remember them like crushing my fucking childhood by being like, no, he's fake, and they started like being logical. I'm like, oh fuck, they're right, probably.
Yeah. Hey,
dude,
Danny,
it's always some douche nozzle kids at school, dude. That's not. It
Oh, yeah.
always
I
happens.
actually remember one Christmas.
I
I
feel
woke
so
up in
bad.
the middle of the night. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Danny, I apologize.
Oh, good. What's
Are
up?
you good? Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if you wanted to leave. I know you're tired. It's
No,
East
I ain't
Coast.
tripping.
Okay, cool.
I'm
SN,
out with
continue.
y'all.
All right, SN,
It ain't
continue.
about 3 in the morning though.
Yeah, it is late. SN, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say. I remember one Christmas. I actually remember waking up in the middle of the night one Christmas and doing that half a bite out of a cookie, or taking a bite out of half a cookie, and then like drinking some of the milk but not finishing it. And telling my parents about it, and I was like 7. And I was just like, what? Like, I look back on that now. I'm like, what did I think I was gonna do? Was I gonna like trick my parents? Mom, Dad, Santa's here. Like, I don't know. I was really stupid. I don't know.
Oh,
And like the second thing again, well, maybe better for Christmas week and whatnot, was like I'm seeing more and more Twitch streamers now like not take holidays off because it's a lucrative time, because the view count is, or the amount of, the top 1% of streamers are not, they go to their family or whatever. So more people are like hopping on, I'm going to stream Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to stream Christmas Day. I'm going to stream literally countdown to New Year's. Like, people are opting to do this more and more and more. And I'm wondering, do y'all find that you have like a pressure to stream on Christmas Day, or would you ever, or do you currently now?
Oh, I'm going.
Or
To.
you find that's
I'm going to. You want to know why I'm going to? Listen here. Tyler Nicknam, as the President of the United States, I'm going to stream on Christmas for all the children that don't have mothers and fathers to hang out with on Christmas. that don't have the families. I will be there for them. We will sit, drink our coffees and our hot chocolates, have a tree in the background. I was trying to be political. Okay, I was trying to. Okay.
If you
No, I get it.
if someone paid me 30 grand, I wouldn't stream on Christmas. Fuck that. That's the one
I'm
holiday
streaming on
that I
Christmas.
like.
I'm gonna be there on Christmas.
Yeah, I got a big ass family, honestly. Like
Me
I
too.
could easily fill a Christmas day just going to see like family. I have hella family to go see. You know, Uncle Carlton, Aunt D.
I remember
the
on
godchildren, everything all fucking
He's at
day.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I have to cut Christmas artificially short to even fit in a stream of that day if I wanted to do one, which I kind of don't really, honestly.
Actually,
so
before we end this, right, Trax, did you finish your thought? I'm so sorry.
yeah, man, we good, baby.
No, please go ahead. If you have something to finish, that was my fault.
No, that's yeah. My godchildren alone, you know, that they're my joy of the world, and I already don't see them often enough as it is. So yeah, I would me going to go play with them, dude. They want to play Pokemon. They want me to play their fucking stupid Mario Maker levels. They're like, it's all, dude. They want me to do everything. They want to be me. It's actually insane. Like you don't understand, dude. It's crazy. They're giant weebs too now. They freaking. Yeah. My mom gave them my old like shitty manga that I didn't bother bringing to the house here. That's bragging in her closet. They read my old manga now, and I have to like turn them into like, you know, I have to literally like give them my good manga. That way they know what the good animes are, so they watch and read that shit. So yeah, I'm obligated. If I go over there, I'm playing with them for like 10 hours straight. So Christmas Day for me is like super filled with this family shit that I can't even imagine like having to cut that short for like the competitive Christmas Day stream, because
yeah, fuck that.
I got a big side of family.
So I have one question, Danny, before you cut this, and this is the last question, okay? And I've always wondered this, you know, when I sing these songs or I listen to these songs, are these names that these rappers put in these songs of all the girls they've been with, are these real names? Like we have Fifi, Mimi, Kiki, Titi, Chichi, Riri, like Lily.
No, niggas just say anything they can rhyme.
They're just saying their rhymes. Okay.
They just say whatever rhyme good, man. Hell no. I think any name as long as it's gonna say a good rhyme. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's fair, dude. That's fair. Anyways, yo, thank you guys so much for being here. This was one of the most cozy, fun podcasts, mainly because there was usually always like one or two people that are out of place. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe I need to do a better job. But this podcast, we were just boys. I felt like we were boys. I felt like we could have whipped our pants off and just fucking circle jerked right here. That's how close we were tonight, dude.
All right.
Okay.
Hot pocket.
That was a hot take.
Hey, thank you guys so much, yo. Shout out to Triwreckstv for being here, guys. You know where to find him. Andy Milanakis, you know where to find him. All these, they're on here every week. The boys. Destiny, yo, thank you, brother. I appreciate you as always, dude. Danny Brown, guys, check him out. Special guest, amazing. He didn't have to be here tonight. You know.
Yo, I'll be back. Don't even trip.
You
I'm
coming?
back.
Next week's a big one. I hope you can make the next week. You'll love the next week.
I'm down, man. If I ain't got nothing,
He's in the grab bag now.
Oh, that's right. Yo, guys,
I fuck with y'all. I'm squad, man.
Hey, good. I love to hear that, man. Yo, guys, Danny Brown X Danny X Brown X Danny X Brown X Danny X Brown X. If you forget that, it's the triple X in the name from his 2011 album. Danny Brown X. Check him on Twitter and Twitch, guys. Amazing. I'm sure this made him more relatable to you guys, which is amazing. Check him out, please. Thank you for being here, Danny.
Thank you guys for having me, man. Let's have fun, man.
Sure, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. You didn't have to, but you did. I appreciate it. That makes you a
man. It's tight, man. Thank you guys for having me, for real.
No problem, man. Asmund Gold.
Danny, let's do some Red Dead Online, baby.
Yeah, man. Come on, let's get it. We gotta posse up.
All right.
Shout out to Asmund Gold as well, guys. I've known him the longest, been friends with him the longest. He's been there for me through the ups and downs, through the days that everyone hated me and put a threw up emote in the chat for me. Asmund sat there saying, yo, fuck you pussies, get the fuck out of the chat. Tyler's my boy, Trainwreck's my boy. That's why Asmund Gold's the realest, baby. Dom, we just met. You're a fucking god. Hilarious. Without you, I would have been dead and hated on that League of Legends thing. You carried me, and it was fucking great, okay? So I owe you that carry. Shout out to I Will Dominate, guys. Check him out. I Will Dominate.
I will agree.
He's also a great dude, a great guy, great League of Legends skills, and he has the personality you guys like. He gets a little toxic sometimes, which is a good thing, He'll put you in a place. And then, of course, S-Fan TV. You guys know him as Ron Jeremy's son, the biggest dick out of this entire squad. I mean that. He knows. He's swinging that dick left and right. Yo, S-Fan, thank you, brother. S-Fan TV, guys. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm going to turn this off right here. I love you guys. Have a great night.
Yep. See ya.
Peace.
See y'all later.
Yes.